Panhandle Printing and Design, your local one-stop print shop. We help people manifest their visions, make them come to life. From logos, posters, and window graphics, to banners, business cards, promotional items, car wraps, and more. The options are limitless. One thing's for certain, when you visit Panhandle Printing and Design, you'll be delighted to work with our prompt, professional team as you describe to us what you're looking for. Envision, create, and bring your ideas to life with Panhandle Printing and Design.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. We have been challenged to sell 20 new and used vehicles each and every day for the rest of the year. This means you save thousands. Hagerstown Ford is the largest Ford store on the I-81 corridor, ranked among the top dealerships in the country in sales volume and customer satisfaction. If you are even thinking about buying a new car, now is the time. Visit HagerstownFord.com and choose your new ride, and we will bring it to you. You will sign all the documents from your phone and skip that awful finance process that consumes your entire day in the dealership. Let's recap. Hagerstown Ford must sell 20 vehicles a day. You will sign all the documents from your phone on your time. We will bring your new ride to you, and you're done. It's that easy. If you don't like it, return it. Our return policy is better than Walmart, and our buying experience is better than Amazon. And you save thousands. Hagerstown Ford is the #1 Ford store from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C., from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland. Now, we want to be the #1 Ford store in the nation.
Hagerstown Ford, right off Interstate 81, across from the Valley Mall.
Beck & Matsurif Law Offices. 50 years experience. No fees unless we collect money for you. Always here to help you. Any questions? lawpbm.com.
The following sports special is a broadcast presentation of Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg.
Dear Lord, the battles we go through life.
Dear Lord, the battles we go through life.
We ask for a chance is fair.
We ask for a chance is fair.
Chance to equal our stripes. Chance to do it there.
Chance to do it there.
We should win.
We should win.
Let it be by the code.
Let it be by the code.
Faith and honor held high.
Faith and honor held high.
We should lose.
We should lose.
Stand by the road.
Stand by the road.
Cheers, the winners go by.
Cheers, the winners go by.
Day by day.
Day by day.
We get better and better.
We get better and better.
We can't beat beat.
We can't beat beat.
Woo, beat beat.
Who let the dogs out? It's time for the excitement of West Virginia high school football, featuring the Martinsburg Bulldogs. To get you ready for today's play-by-play action, we'll bring you interviews, in-depth analysis, and important game information on the pregame show. So let's get things started by going to the stadium and join our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
We welcome you to Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium for West Virginia High School playoff football tonight. It's our pregame shows brought to you by W. Harley Miller Systems, providing custom integration services like home and office automation, home theater, networking, audio, video distribution, and more. Call 304-350-1931 or visit whmsystems.com. Tonight, Martinsburg, the 3 seed in Class 4A, hosts the 14th seeded Parkersburg South Patriots. I'm Colin McLaughlin for WRNR TV. Alongside me is Dylan Bishop. Our crew tonight, John Alderton, our on-site producer. Camera crew consists of Rodney Watcher, Ethan Elliott, and Jillian Haynes. And back at our studio, who you'll hear from at halftime and postgame with your other playoff football finals and halftime scores, is Kyler High. Dylan, I say it jokingly, but also literally, because of the way this has gone now. Usually, it's the regular season. You play teams annually. Postseason, it has now become an annual thing, it feels like, that Martinsburg goes up against Parkersburg South. This is the 5th meeting in the past 7 seasons in the playoffs. And each time, of those 4, since the 5th is tonight, they've all went Martinsburg's way.
It's pretty wild, right?
Yeah.
That's just the way things have played out. Martinsburg, the 3 seed, Park South, the 14 here in the first round, and we get to open things up. The playoffs are finally here. Finally, every game from here on out is directly deciding who the state champion is. So I'm looking forward to it. Martinsburg looking to come out strong in round number 1 to defend their state title. And they have looked like a team that can absolutely do it again through the, 80% of the regular season after opening up with 2 losses in a row. No problems since. And we'll see if eventually they run into somebody that beat them earlier in the year. But they got to deal with Park South first. And hey, they've got 3 wins on the year out of 10 games. There's a couple games in there against teams that are at the bottom, towards the bottom of Quad A themselves. But you can never look past anybody. Plenty of talent on the Park South roster. And they're going to have a tough task tonight here with the Bulldogs. But we'll see how they look because, like I said, every game here, building momentum. If you win, you got to stack that up for next week and the next week. Next time you lose, you go home, and your season's done.
And it's going to be a tall task, obviously, and every year it is for Parkersburg South coming here against Martinsburg, but even more so because they will be starting a freshman at quarterback, making his second start. His first one came last week in the 28-7 win against Cabell Midland, so we'll see what Asher Prunty can do at the quarterback position here against Martinsburg, because it's a whole nother level when you go from Cabell Midland, a 1-win team, to Martinsburg in your very next game, on the road as well in the playoffs.
Right, and the offensive line of Park South is going to have a big task in making sure that he can stay upright tonight against the Bulldogs defensive line, which has really gashed every team that they've played so far this year. Even at the beginning of the year, when Martinsburg lost to Huntington, that felt like the first game after a tough one against Camden out of New Jersey, where the Bulldogs defensive line seemed like, okay, this is a Martinsburg defense still, despite the struggles early on. So that's what Park South is going to have to deal with here tonight. We'll see if they're up to the challenge. A lot of teams so far this year haven't.
It's the first round of the playoffs here tonight. Let's step aside, take our first break of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. And on the other side of this break, we'll have the check of the area playoff schedule for you. This is West Virginia High School playoff football on WRNR TV.
The Eastern Panhandle is home to teachers and healthcare workers, farmers and fishermen, servicemen and women, golfers, bicyclists, and people who love the outdoors. Where we call home isn't any one thing, so we're not either. At Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery, we are honored to help you plan a celebration of life that reflects one's individuality.
Our trusted local team is here to see that your wishes are honored and that your special story is told.
The Berkeley and Morgan County Health Departments want to help keep our communities, including backyard flocks and farms, safe from H5N1, the avian flu. To stay up to date with current risk levels and CDC recommendations, as well as disease prevention information shared by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, be sure to check out the Community Resources section of the Berkeley-Morgan County Health Department at bchealthdept.org. This ad has been made possible through a grant-funded partnership with the West Virginia Department of Health.
Free money you can't lose. Download the Casino Kings app today.
Prohibited word void. Must claim to be 21 or older. Free money is not cash. Won't cannot be withdrawn. This obtains free money or unrestricted markets on authorized claim by Indian Spirit. Game the problem. Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You've probably heard that sped up disclaimer at the end of sportsbook ads. The ones that say,
call 1-800-GAMBLER.
But can they really help you stop gambling? Yes. They've helped thousands of people here in West Virginia stop gambling and take back their lives. They provide guidance and resources, including financial counseling and even free software to block gambling sites. So talk to someone who will take the time to listen. Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
When it comes to surgery, experience and innovation matter. At WVU Medicine, our board-certified surgeons use the latest robotic and minimally invasive techniques to provide better outcomes and faster recoveries. We offer a full range of procedures, including advanced hernia repair, anti-reflux surgery, breast cancer surgery, colon resection, gallbladder removal, skin cancer, and lesion removal. Trust the region's leader in advanced surgical care. Call WVU Medicine Surgery today at 304-596-2150.
Welcome back to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. It's now time for the Check of the Area playoff schedule brought to you by Rock's Local Markets, with convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle. Fast, fresh, friendly, Rock's. The postseason is upon us, and once again, all 6 Eastern Panhandle schools are in, so let's take a look at the matchups. Starting with the Hedgesville Eagles. Last week, they ended the season with a 63-0 loss to Spring Mills. With the loss, they ended the regular season with a 2-8 overall record. As the 15th seed, the Eagles will head to number 2 Huntington tonight. Hedgesville head coach Matt Faircloth shared his thoughts on the Highlanders.
The thing with Huntington is I don't think you can hone in on one thing. They're pretty big up front, physical. They run the ball effectively. The quarterback is probably one of the best athletes in the state, and out on the edge, they got guys that can go get the ball. Defensively, they're sound. They fly around. For us, it's like we told the kids, we've already played the number 1, 3, 4, 8, 9, 13 in Quad A, and now it's just another opportunity for us to go out and play another elite team in Quad A.
Next, let's go to Spring Mills. As I said earlier, the Cardinals ended the season with a 63-0 win over Hedgesville to end the regular season 6-4 overall. Spring Mills enters the postseason as the 8th seed this year and will host number 9 Musselman tonight. When the two teams met in the regular season, the Cardinals won 20-0. However, that was 2 months ago, and a lot has changed on both sides since then, says Spring Mills head coach Marcus Law.
I think we've done a better job as far as the line. We'll have to continue to maintain that by being able to pick up blitzes and the different stuff they'll give us. Quarterback play has definitely improved some, and then our skill guys have gotten better as well as far as what to do, how to line up, adjustments and stuff based off what the defense has given us. They're much better, much better. Coach Thomas has done a wonderful job with those guys, and, we sat there and looked at the film, and at least defensively, they are flying around on the defense side of the ball. So it'll definitely be a hard-fought match, and it'll be a tale of two different defenses there.
As for the Musselman-Applemen, they ended the regular season 4-6 overall. Last week, they were on the wrong end of a 45-0 game at Morgantown. Tonight, the Applemen will try and play spoilers as the 9th seed against the 8th-seeded Spring Mills Cardinals. Here's Musselman head coach Brian Thomas.
I just hope our kids come out and just play hard. Traditionally, at Musselman, we've been known for that. We've been known for just effort and physicality. And, I just hope our kids come out and they play with everything that they have. Somebody's going to win, somebody's going to lose Friday. It's just a fact of life. At the end of the playoffs, somebody's going to be holding up a trophy, and 15 other teams have not got it done. So, to me, can you come out and play with everything you have? Can you come out and look yourself in the mirror at the end of the day and say, I got no regrets. I know I gave that thing everything I had throughout my entire high school career, throughout this season, and then throughout this hopefully playoff run. So I think that's the biggest thing. I just want our kids to come out and just have fun, play hard, give it everything you have, man. If you can do that, then there's a lot of positives that come out of that, I believe.
Tomorrow, we get a rematch of the Jefferson County rivalry. Last week, it was the Jefferson Cougars getting a 48-0 win over the Washington Patriots to take home bragging rights and end the regular season 6-4. That 6-4 record for the Cougars is enough to get them the 4th seed in the playoffs. Jefferson head coach Craig Hunter shared what advantages and disadvantages his team faces with just having beat Washington last week and having to play them again tomorrow.
I don't know if there's really any advantages besides just familiarity with the opponent, but I think there's disadvantage when you come out and, you won a game 48-0. There's a disadvantage, and the kids think that it's just going to happen again like that next week, and that's not necessarily true. You have to play the game. You have to execute, or, we could be looking at going home. So, I'm trying to keep the kids humble and hungry going into this game, and focus on what we need to do, focus on the goals they set forth at the beginning of the year.
The struggles have been apparent for the Washington Patriots as of late. They've been unable to score at all the past 4 games and have allowed 40 or more points, too. The Patriots ended the season 3-7 overall and are the 13th seed in the playoffs. Washington head coach Terry Ray also shared some advantages and disadvantages this week's game against Jefferson will bring.
We know what they're going to do. We know their personnel. We know how they're going to block stuff, but they have a large playbook. In the playoffs, you get 10 games, so you get to look at stuff that they do throughout the season. season. We only saw a little bit of what they're capable of, so we have to make sure we're prepared and ready to go for something different. Again, you're playing a team that it just beat us 48-0, so we got to get that out of our mind and ring it out and get ready to play a football game. We watched our film. We've watched the films that we had with them. Jefferson's a solid football team. They're on a roll. They found their rhythm. We just got to try to slow them down on offense, not give up the big play like we did Friday night. And offensively, we got to establish a run game and start moving the ball on offense.
That was your check of the area playoff schedule, brought to you by Rock's Local Markets. With convenient locations around the Eastern Panhandle, fast, fresh, friendly, Rock's. We will be right back with more of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show right after this. You're tuned into West Virginia High School playoff football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Fort Evans Archery of Inwood is your local full-service archery pro shop with sales and setup, maintenance, repairs, and sight-ins. Fort Evans Archery is a full-stocking dealer for all your favorites like Hoyt, Matthews, Elite, Bowtech, Mission, and Bear, with crossbows from Raven, 10-point, Barnett, and Excalibur. And Fort Evans Archery has a sight range out to 60 yards. Fort Evans Archery, 998 Arden Nullville Road, Suite 2, Inwood, open Tuesday to Friday, 10 a.m. until 6, Saturdays 9:30 to 4. FortEvansArchery.com. Floor Pools, your swimming pool and hot tub builder, retailer, and service provider, serving homeowners in Pennsylvania, Maryland, West Virginia, and Virginia. Floor Pools takes pride in providing quality construction, reliable service, and exceptional customer service. Experience the ultimate relaxation and the serenity of soaking in your own hot tub. Your new backyard lifestyle awaits. Start your journey today at Floor Pools in Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg. FloorPools.com. That's FLOHR Pools.com. Floor Pools, your swimming pool and hot tub builder, retailer, and service provider, serving homeowners in Pennsylvania, Maryland, West Virginia, and Virginia. Floor Pools takes pride in providing quality construction, reliable service, and exceptional customer service. Experience the ultimate relaxation and the serenity of soaking in your own hot tub. Your new backyard lifestyle awaits. Start your journey today at Floor Pools in Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg. FloorPools.com. That's FLOHR Pools.com.
We welcome you back on the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show, getting you ready for tonight's playoff matchup between Parkersburg South and your Martinsburg Bulldogs here on WRNR TV. Let's take a look at the visiting Parkersburg South Patriots now. 3-7 they go here in the regular season after finishing 6-6 last year, losing to Martinsburg in the quarterfinals. Once again, back here with the season on the line against the Bulldogs, and it's been a interesting year for them, and you see a lot of injuries all around for this team as well.
Pretty tumultuous season. It feels like you look at the stat sheets for the season, 3 different quarterbacks have thrown over 20 passes for them. Prunty, Hayes, Lutchman Singh, and it's been kind of all over the place, and so obviously you got the freshmen starting tonight, so I don't think the plan you go with going into the season for them, it clearly wasn't, but they're making the best of what they have now, and it's been kind of up and down in the run game as well, where their leading rusher Derek Sandy has played in 10 games and has 220 yards. Now it's only on 31 carries. It's 7 yards a pop for him. And you got guys like Asa Yost at 37 carries, only 168 yards. The leader in rushing touchdowns only has 2. They only have 8 rushing touchdowns on the year. Lutchman Singh has 15 of the 17 passing touchdowns. And obviously we won't be seeing him at quarterback as the starter at the very least. So, Park South, their 3 wins, mostly against teams closer to the bottom of 4A than they are the top. So they're going to be in for a really tough night here. Nothing's impossible, but they look like a team that is going to have to get really creative to put points up on the board on the Martinsburg defense.
Yeah, we'll have to see what they're able to do. As I mentioned earlier in the pregame, Asher Prunty, now the starting quarterback, only a freshman, but some good weapons around him. Is Taj Joyce back? He faced a suspension last week, so back in the starting lineup, and we know from last year the talent that he had coming here to Martinsburg.
Yeah, he's kind of the one guy in individual stats that stands out, having 40 catches on the year for 674 yards and 8 touchdowns in 9 games. So that's almost 17 yards a catch. So that's going to be really the one guy from Martinsburg that they should probably focus the most energy on tonight.
All right, let's step aside, take another break, and on the other side of that break, we'll hear from Larry Thompson, the head coach for Parkersburg South. This is West Virginia High School playoff football on WRNR TV.
When you're looking for the perfect gift, look no further than L.A. Roberts Jewelers at 146 North Queen Street in downtown Martinsburg. Choose from a huge selection of unique items, from the finest diamonds that make your eyes sparkle to exquisite timepieces, figurines, and collectibles. Buying from L.A. Roberts Jewelers means that you've made the decision to do business with people who've excelled in the industry for more than 100 years. They'll be here tomorrow when you need them, and if you need your jewelry or your watch repaired, they'll do that too. L.A. Roberts in downtown Martinsburg. Old World Jewelers for a new age.
Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti.
If you've been injured in a car accident, there are 3 things you need to know.
1, do not discuss your accident with an insurance company before you talk to a lawyer.
2, on average, car accident victims with a lawyer get over 3 times more money than those without one.
And 3, at Mansion Ferretti, if we don't win, you don't pay us, guaranteed. Car accident? Get more with Mansion Ferretti. 304-264-8505.
When it comes to providing you with a better car buying experience, CMA's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg takes it personally. Why? Because we're employee owned. That makes us neighbors, and good neighbors take care of each other. Come experience the honesty, transparency, and value we provide every customer, every neighbor, each and every day. At CMA's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg, owners just care more about you.
Nothing goes better with football than chicken. From Pee Wee to the big boys to the wing T formation. Oh my, fumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
Omaha!
Rocks Local Market.
Welcome back to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. It's now time for our coaches interview, brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number 1 by making you number 1 first. Parsons. I'm now joined by Larry Thompson, the head coach of Parkersburg South football. Coach, how are you today, sir?
Not too bad, sir. Thanks for having me on the show.
Thank you. Appreciate the time here as the regular season comes to a close. You guys finished 3-7. Just kind of give us a rundown overall on your thoughts on your team's season.
Well, obviously, our record isn't ideal, but I do think, our kids battled, week in and week out, especially early on in the season. A lot of those games were, one-score games, and we just couldn't get over the hump. Obviously, I'm not an excuse maker, but coming in, I knew we were going to, have some battles, right, some uphill battles. But with that being said, our kids showed a lot of resiliency this year. A lot of the young guys have stepped up. We got that injury bug that kind of haunted us, kind of like a dark cloud that stayed over us all year. We're still dealing with it, even in the first week of the postseason. But, with that being said, our kids understand, and, in quad A football, people are going to get banged up. It's a physical game in sports, a long season, and, the team that stays healthiest throughout obviously has a better chance in the end. So I'm proud of our kids. They battled all year long. Our coaches, they stuck to it, and obviously, we're playing one of the perennials in the state, and, we're going to go out there on Friday with, every opportunity to go out there and win. So we're going to do our best. We're going to travel up first class, but based off of this year, man, I'm super proud of our kids and what they've done and fought for this year.
You mentioned the injury bug. I'll address that first because it affects a lot of teams. We know multiple teams up here in our area that has had that dilemma here this season. From what you've been able to see, though, for your team, because of the numerous injuries, who are some guys that had to step up and take their place that really shined?
Well, for instance, a running back room, we've went through probably 4 or 5 different kids, and a kid that started off back there, Cooper Jackson, ended up breaking his clavicle in the Woodrow game. We had one of those defensive linemen, kind of fell on him in a certain way and angle and, snapped. But a kid named Jaquay Brown, Asa Yost, 2 sophomore running backs, both very, very talented, that kind of took a lot of reps at the junior varsity level, but, their numbers were called early in the season, and they had to step up and sustain some success for us back there, and they certainly have. And, those two, obviously, they're going to be some tough kids in the future, but this year alone, they have grown up tremendously.
Before we get to this week's game, take a look at last week, how you guys finished the regular season. It was a 28-7 victory over Cabell Midland. What did you guys do well in that game to get the win?
Our kids played very physical. Cabell, they come in, obviously they wanted to establish the run. They run a flex bone style offense. So, we told our kids, it's going to be one of the trenches. It was nasty. It was raining early on, so we knew it was going to be a physical game. So, our kids, they stood toe-to-toe with Cabell despite both teams' record. That is a program that has sustained success. Those kids from Huntington, that area, they're a tough group of kids. They're very physical, very ready to get after it bunch. So with that being said, it was easy for our kids to show up. It's easy for any kid in that situation as a teenager to show up, throw in the towel, just kind of go through the motions. But, our kids played that game, that week 11, that senior night game, as if it truly was their last game ever. And that was really awesome to watch and see. Again, we do have a lot of injuries, especially with older and upperclassmen. But for those young kids to go out there and play at the level of the level of play they sustained on Friday was awesome to see. It was kind of hard to tell that we had, freshmen and sophomores all over the field on Friday night. So that was the best part of Friday, in my personal opinion.
It's good to hear. Shifting focus now to this week, you guys get the opportunity to make the trip up to Martinsburg, taking on the Bulldogs. It's a trip that Parkersburg South's gotten used to over the past 6 years, formerly under Coach Tanner before he left and you took over as head coach here this year. In the 6 seasons under him, that Parkersburg South made it to the playoffs 4 times. It ended at the hands of Martinsburg. Coming into this time around initially, what are your thoughts heading into the game?
Well, obviously, when you go against Dave Walker's crew, those kids are going to be coached up. Those kids are going to be prepared to go out there and play hard from start to finish. And that's one part of the culture that, one, Coach Tanner had established, and 2, that I'm trying to sustain is no matter the opponent, no matter the time, the date, no matter where, you got to show up, you got to play at the highest level possible. It's easy to make excuses at this level of football, but, when you're at the top conference, you're playing one of the top teams, you have to execute at the highest level possible. You need to be hitting on all cylinders. So, we're going to continue to prepare like we have been week in and week out. Obviously, there's a lot more pressure going into this week. The travel has to be ideal. Everything has to work out in our favor, for us to have an opportunity to go out there and win. But with that being said, one message that I have been delivering to our kids and to our staff, is, we have had the opportunity to play Martinsburg 5 out of the last 7 seasons. The one season I wasn't around, and Coach Tanner, they didn't make the postseason that year. And the other season is the year, that Parkersburg South played for a state championship against Huntington. But those other 5 years, so to say, when we have gotten knocked off by Martinsburg, I'm trying to shift the thought process of, how can we always end up there and, we got to go to Martinsburg to, maybe the universe is trying to send us a message. Maybe Parkersburg South in due time will be the team to give Martinsburg a run for their money at some point. So, and I say that humbly and I say that respectfully, right? Just trying to change the culture and the thought process behind, how we do everything. Obviously, it's a privilege to get to the postseason. There's only 20 teams. I know there's a lot of people talking about the record, this and that, and I get it. I'm not a hand a trophy to everybody type of person myself. But, with that being said, it is what it is. We got in. We're at the 14th seed. We got to go play number 3. But, we got to just show up and play. And over time, regardless of what happens, take these lumps, and put it into the back of our brain so when we do hit the off season, we understand the level of play we need to be at to have a chance to play at in the Super 6 or Super 8, I should say. So.
All right, last question for you. What do you feel like it's going to take for your team to accomplish and execute in the game to be most competitive and possibly even pull off the upset on?
We have to be physical in the trenches. I know Martinsburg, obviously they're good across the board, but they pride themselves on winning in the box. So we have to win in the box. The best teams in the state, that's where they win the game at, up front and in the box. So that's the message. Obviously our kids got to go out there and we got to play some kids that, are primed and they're ready to go. But if we can win up front, obviously still a possession or two, maybe on defense, maybe on special teams, and just execute. Obviously upsets can happen. They do happen. But, it's one of those things. We do know we have a tall task ahead. We're going to continue to instill confidence and motivation into our children week in and week out, but specifically this week leading up to Martinsburg. So, for us to go out there and have a chance to win, we got to win up front. We have to win on defense, and we have to protect the football. Maybe the ball falls in our lap a few times, and, we get lucky here and there. But it's one of those things where if we go out there, we execute, we win up front, we protect the ball, we should have a chance.
All righty, Coach, thank you for the time. Appreciate it. You guys have a safe trip and best of luck on Friday.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you. You have a great day.
Thank you. That was our coach's interview brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons. We'll be back with more of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show right after this. You're tuned in to West Virginia High School playoff football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
When it comes to providing you with a better car buying experience, CMA's Honda of Winchester takes it personally. Why? Because we're employee owned. That makes us neighbors, and good neighbors take care of each other. Come experience the honesty, transparency, and value we provide every customer, every neighbor, each and every day. At CMA's Honda of Winchester, owners just care more about you.
You have choices when it comes to appliance repair, but before you call a large corporate chain, consider what BW Appliance brings to the table. BW Appliance Repair offers fast in-home appliance repair services to the eastern panhandle of West Virginia, including Jefferson County and Berkeley County. We strive for professionalism, dedication, and honesty. Call us today at 304-279-8858 to schedule immediate service. You can also visit us online at bwappliance.repair.
From breathtaking outdoors to unique local eats, world-class geocaching, and thriving local culture, Martinsburg, Berkeley County, West Virginia is where you can live your adventure. Berkeley County offers fantastic outdoor experiences, from our rugged hiking paths to scenic nature paths, public parks, fishing streams, and nature preserves. Cap off your outdoor adventures with a stroll through historic downtown Martinsburg. Join us and immerse yourself in our rich local history and scenic surroundings. Check out upcoming events and plan your adventure at travelwv.com.
Field at David M. Walker Stadium, just under half an hour away now from kickoff for tonight between Parkersburg South and your Martinsburg Bulldogs here on WRNR TV. Let's now take a look at Martinsburg coming off a 68-14 win to end the regular season last week against Hurricane, who's had a tough season. It's not a typical Hurricane team that you've seen. And Martinsburg, as efficient as ever offensively. It only took 18 plays to score 7 offensive touchdowns.
Yeah, the per play numbers against Hurricane last week were pretty crazy. 19.2 yards per play for Martinsburg. You go up and down, and Brian Dick only threw 7 passes, completed 5 of them for 137 yards and 3 touchdowns. Didn't even have a carry in the game. Kevin Myers rushed for 93 yards on 3 carries, 3 touchdowns. Kingston McDonald-Gibson, 74 yards and 2 touchdowns on 3 carries. It was big time for them. They've gotten a lot out of these guys this year. Kingston McDonald-Gibson has really been a breakout star, really, for them in the backfield, as he kind of midway through the year picked up that starting running back role, and now he's there. 35 carries, 591 yards, and 5 touchdowns. That's good for 16.9 yards per carry for him. So he's still...
And I believe he was only second team All-EPAC. Not even first.
I mean, for a guy that, again, he's only got 35 carries on the year. And he was not getting that playing time at running back in those first handful of weeks, the first month of the year. So it's been impressive how efficient the explosive plays have been for Martinsburg. Brian Dick, through the air, is completing over 60% of his passes, 20 touchdowns to 2 interceptions, almost 20 yards per attempt for him. Only been sacked 3 times on the year. He's got 9 rushing touchdowns, 763 yards, 5.7 yards per carry for him. Kevin Myers even is averaging over 7 yards a carry and 9 touchdowns. And then Boston Todd has been a big play machine himself, 21 yards per catch, 13 receiving touchdowns, 867 yards on 41 catches on the year for him. And then throw in 3 rushing touchdowns, almost 300 rushing yards, 10 yards per carry every time they give him the ball on a jet sweep and around, anything of that nature. So the big plays can come from anywhere and everywhere on the Martinsburg offense, and they do very often in every game. And the defense has been just as spectacular since week 3 especially, where they're only giving up 81 rushing yards a game and 61 passing yards a game.
Yeah, it seems like ever since Kamar Green's entered the picture up front, that 4th guy added to the down lineman on the defensive line, along with Frankie Arias, Kane Whipp, rotating in and out with Jeffrey Griffith, and then, of course, Jordan Kovacs. I mean, that's just been nightmare fuel for every team that's crossed the Bulldogs' path.
It really has. You got Jordan Kovacs up front, 11.5 tackles for loss on the year to go with 2.5 sacks. Frankie Arias leading the team in sacks with 8. Green off the other side, 6.5 sacks. And that's a guy that feels like he didn't come on until towards the end of the year.
Yeah, only a sophomore.
Right. So that's going to be a problem for everyone to deal with for the next couple years. And it just feels like an all-around great defense, especially up front in the front 7. Carson Knight has stepped up in fantastic fashion in place of Ace Flores graduating last year. He looks like another guy that could win those awards that Flores was winning himself. And he's only a sophomore, so next year I wouldn't doubt if we see that.
Let's step aside, take another break here on the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. On the other side of that break, we'll hear from David Walker, Martinsburg's head coach, as well as a few Bulldog players, too. This is West Virginia High School Playoff Football on WRNR TV.
Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information. Tomorrow's success begins with today's preparation. Give your child a pathway to flourish and thrive with a well-rounded education. Enrollment is now open at the Classical Christian Academy in Martinsburg. Visit tcca.life/information.
The thing I'm most passionate about with my clients is that 95% of them that come to me, they've never been in trouble in their lives. They've got careers, promising futures, things that matter.
So thankfully, after it was all said and done, I had no DUI and I had no more stress facing me or my family.
When you're on the fence whether to hire a DUI attorney, I always say that you really cannot afford not to. My name is Harley Wagner. My law practice has been exclusively focused on driving under the influence cases throughout the state of West Virginia.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How can I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm John Everson, private wealth advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Welcome back to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. It's now time for our coaches interview, brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons. Now joined by the head coach for the Martinsburg Bulldogs, David Walker, as well as the juice man for the team, Sharif Williams. Coach, your team with another big win last week against Hurricane, 68-14. Just overall, your thoughts on the game?
I thought our guys come out and did a really good job. Hurricane, obviously has struggled all season, so I was just pleased with the way our guys come out and took charge right from the very beginning.
How about you, Reef? How did you feel about the game?
Same thing.
Same thing. Good to hear. Offensively, as efficient as you pretty much could be. I mean, only 18 plays and still able to put up 68 points. Just kind of what do you feel like they really executed all around in the game offensively?
I mean, I thought we just played, all 11 guys did their job. I mean, there was a few times there we scored the first play, one-play drives. They didn't put up much of a fight. The only thing about having a game like that is you get up real big, the clock runs in the second half. They want to shorten the quarters. You can't get everybody in the game. There's some things I'd like to get some young guys some playing time, but it goes by pretty fast once you shorten the quarters, and the game gets out of hand pretty quick.
Defensively, you guys were able to put pressure on their quarterback a lot, especially early in the game. Just how do you see them continue to grow here throughout the season?
I mean, I think they've just gotten better to craft, just being relentless, staying in their lanes, doing their job, and not trying to do too much. And I think it's a really good group of guys. They're very coachable, and they've executed pretty well. And I think we've continued to get better.
Playoffs now, as the regular season comes to a close. How do you feel that the season went so far?
I mean, other than the first two hiccups, I think we've done really well. So I've been pleased with how we've progressed, how we've gotten better. I thought the last 2 years, I thought we started out really strong. I thought we cruised a little bit in the middle, then we picked it up to the end. I think this season we started out slow, and I think we've progressively gotten better. And, I want us to peak, this time of year. So hopefully we'll, can continue to get better and have more opportunities the next few weeks.
Here in this week's practice so far, have you kind of seen that next step, that next level in your team mentally?
I mean, I think they've come out. It's been kind of business as usual. I can't see that any better, any worse, and I think a lot of that probably has to do with the fact that we're playing, 14th ranked team, and you as much as coaches, we're on these guys about staying focused, worrying about ourselves, and not taking anyone lightly. But kids they're not stupid, so I mean they look at game film, they look at ratings, and sometimes they buy into that. So I think if we can get through this week, then I think it's going to progressively get tougher each week. So they're going to have to buckle down if we're going to make a run here at the end of the year.
What's kind of been that message so far here this week, continuously, day by day?
The same thing as it is every week. I worry more about us, focus on us, make sure we're doing what we're supposed to do, make sure we're practicing well, finishing, and strain, make sure that you're doing everything you're supposed to do. And they have this week, so, it's kind of our approach. We don't really, other than we go over schemes and things that they do in preparation, but I think at the end of the day, I'm more concerned about how we practice, how we conduct ourselves.
In a regular season, you're supposed to play a team annually. In this postseason, the past few years, it's become an annual meeting between you guys and Parkersburg South as well. Now, I believe it's been 4 of the past 6 seasons the Bulldogs have ended Parkersburg South season. What stands out to you this year about the Patriots?
They've got really good size. I mean, they've got a new head coach, but they're still doing a lot of the same things that they did before. So I think a thing for us is just make sure we're not caught off guard with anything new, or make sure we're fundamentally sound in playing with a lot of intensity and purpose.
What are some of the strengths that you see out of them?
I think their size is the big thing. They've got they're really big up front, and they try to keep the ball away from you. They're kind of a power team at times, and defensively, they're an odd front. And they bring people, they blitz off the edge and stuff. So we've got to be able to handle their blitz and be able to handle the pressure.
When it comes to a team that might be bigger in size, how do you get your team mentally set for a game like that it's not always about the size, it's about the strength and the fight?
Well, I think most of the teams we've played have been bigger than us. I mean, we're not a really big team as far as by our standards. So I think the thing for us is just being fundamentally sound and play with a lot of effort. You can't take plays off. You have to run the ball. Last week against Hurricane, I thought once we got up, I thought we kind of were a little lackadaisical. So I'd like to see us, come out with a lot of more intensity and be able to see that through to the end.
Anything else you want to add, Coach? If not, we'll get to the fun question.
I'm ready.
All right, fun question. Thanksgiving right around the corner, so it's kind of a three-part question, and it starts off with what you're most thankful for here this time of year and why.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of things to be thankful for. I'm blessed in everything that I do. Just the fact that the good Lord has blessed me with health and great family and friends, and be able to do the things that I like to do and love to do, and be able to coach and be here and represent Martinsburg High School. I'm blessed all around.
How about you, Reef? What are you most thankful for?
My family, my friends, everybody helped me out. Get to this point.
All right, next part of it is the dish that you can't go without during Thanksgiving. It wouldn't be Thanksgiving if you didn't have this, and why?
Probably green bean casserole is always a favorite. Stuffing. There's a long list of stuff, but probably green bean casserole is something I always seem to find every year at Thanksgiving.
How about you?
Man, I like I like the turkey.
Turkey? That's obviously the main part, right?
Yeah.
All right, last one is who cooks? You have any involvement, or are you hands off?
I'm hands off. I normally don't do a lot of cooking at that. I cook all the other times, but Thanksgiving, that's usually somebody else does a lot better job than I do.
How about your family? Who cooks?
My mom and my dad.
All right. Teamwork makes the dream work, right?
Yep.
Appreciate it, Coach. As always, best of luck Friday. That was our coach's interview brought to you by Parsons Ford of Martinsburg at 1400 Shepherdstown Road. Online at parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons. We'll be right back with more of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show right after this. You're tuned into West Virginia High School playoff football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10.
Did you know a fully loaded truck weighs 80,000 pounds?
I do know that they can cause a lot of damage in a wreck.
Over 40,000 people die every year in crashes.
And distracted driving is getting even worse.
I wish we had better ways to prevent distracted driving.
Me too. But one thing we can do is help people who've been injured in car and truck accidents.
Hurting almost heaven? Dial the 7s. 304-777-7777.
SkinnerWins.com.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows, whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote.
When it comes to surgery, experience and innovation matter. At WVU Medicine, our board-certified surgeons use the latest robotic and minimally invasive techniques to provide better outcomes and faster recoveries. We offer a full range of procedures including advanced hernia repair, anti-reflux surgery, breast cancer surgery, colon resection, gallbladder removal, skin cancer, and lesion removal. Trust the region's leader in advanced surgical care. Call WVU Medicine Surgery today at 304-596-2150.
When it comes to providing you with a better car buying experience, CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg takes it personally. Why? Because we're employee owned. That makes us neighbors. And good neighbors take care of each other. Come experience the honesty, transparency, and value we provide every customer, every neighbor, each and every day. At CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg, owners just care more about you.
Welcome back to the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. It's now time for our player interviews, brought to you by the Marius Group of Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Everson and Phil McCoy. You can call them today at 304-263-4343. Stop by, schedule an appointment at 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg. First joined by Zaire Tugwell, the Bulldogs. Zaire, regular season comes to an end. How do you feel like it's gone for you guys?
I feel like we started off slow. We eventually picked it up, though. Heading into the playoffs, I feel like we're going to be on a good run.
How do you guys feel like here after last week's game the mentality is moving forward?
We got to play as a whole. Well, we played as a whole, obviously, but a lot of teams blitz a lot, and we just have to be able to pick it up.
It's now the postseason as well. It's winner go home. Have you seen that kind of change in mentality, knowing that for the whole team?
Yes, throughout the season. I mean, obviously we want to win every game, but if we were to lose a game in the regular season, it wouldn't matter as much as it do in the postseason.
That ultimate goal, obviously, is to win that championship. What's the team need to do to get that goal?
Once again, play together. Got to get points on the board, and we got to win. That's all we can do.
This week it's Parkersburg South. When you're looking at the film, what kind of stands out to you?
They're pretty big. They blitz a lot. They have some players here and there. I think they're all right.
How do you feel like you guys match up with them?
Our skill set. I feel like our receivers, our quarterback, Brian, he's awesome. We can outplay them. I think we can outplay them.
Anything else, man?
No.
Appreciate it. Thank you. I'm now joined by Bulldog Jeffrey Griffith. Jeffrey, season comes to an end as well for you. How do you feel like it's went?
I feel like it's gone pretty good. It's gone pretty good. Struggled with the first 2 weeks, but we came back. We just done what we had to do. Handled adversity and couldn't ask for a better season right now.
How much do you feel like you've grown throughout this season?
Oh, I've grown a lot, especially with my pass protection. I feel like I've grown the most with, but really just being a better person, a better player, I've grown a lot, and I can thank football for that.
Just heard from Zaire as well. You guys have a lot of chemistry. Just talk a little bit about that brotherhood mentality for the line.
Oh yeah, for the line, it's like real strong. We just stay together. We have a good straight bond. Like if one struggles, we all struggle. That's what we go with. Like if one of us mess up, we're all gotta mess up. But yeah, that's what I feel like.
But obviously, with those mess-ups, you pick each other up, obviously, to get better and hopefully continue to do that here the rest of the way, right?
Yeah, we get on them, of course, but don't want to bring them real down, but we try to stay on them.
Parkersburg South is the opponent here this week. Asked Zaire the same question. I'll ask you here, kind of just what stands out to you about them.
They're a little big up front, but nothing really stands out to me. Just they bring a lot of blitzes. Just got to be real calm and handle it. And that's what I feel like.
You excited the rest of the way here in the playoffs?
Oh, 100%. My last season as a Martinsburg Bulldog, yeah, I'm 100% ready for this.
All right, appreciate the time. Best of luck on Friday. That was our player interviews, brought to you by the Marius Group of Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Everson and Phil McCoy. You can call them today at 304-263-4343. Stop in, schedule an appointment at 1270 Winchester Avenue. We'll be right back with more of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show right after this. You're tuned in to West Virginia High School playoff football on Talk Radio WRNR and TV 10. The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Hi, I'm Robbie with Main Street Martinsburg, inviting you to start a new tradition in downtown Martinsburg on December the 6th. Join us from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. for our Christmas on Main festival, sponsored by E&B Insurance. We'll be featuring vendors, live performances, children's activities, our Christmas tree lighting at 5 p.m., and all our downtown has to offer. Everything will be merry and bright, so mark your calendars and gather your loved ones for a festive Saturday. This message was made possible by the Martinsburg-Berkeley County CVB. For more information, visit mainstreetmartinsburg.com.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
Hi, I'm Hoppy Kirchhoff, a longtime radio host and Peak Advantage member. I'm excited to share the great news that you now have the option to join Peak Advantage Medicare plans, West Virginia's all-in-one Medicare Advantage plans, created for you by local trusted doctors partnering with WVU Medicine and Valley Health. Our plans include a $0 premium plan option including dental, vision, hearing, prescriptions, flex card, and more. If you'd like to become a member of Peak Advantage or have more questions, contact our local team today at 1-877-478-5545.
Welcome you back here live to Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium as the Martinsburg High School Marching Band plays our national anthem. Let's now get to our keys to the game, brought to you by CMA, Chevy, and Toyota Martinsburg, all in one convenient location, 650 Foxcroft Avenue in Martinsburg. CMA, where owners just care more.
Well, for Parkersburg South, I think keys for them are going to be trying to win up front best they can, protect their quarterback, and getting creative on the offensive side. See if they can generate big plays in different ways that'll catch Martinsburg off guard, because I think trying to efficiently go down the field, move the chains a little bit at a time, it's going to be hard to sustain that for multiple drives or a number of drives throughout this game. And for Martinsburg, the key for them is always penalties. As long as they can stay out of their own way in terms of backing themselves up or giving the other team free first downs, they usually don't have an issue.
All right, that's your keys of the game. Let's now get today's starting lineups, brought to you by Bodwell Insurance Solutions, a local professional to help you with all your Medicare needs. Visit BodwellInsuranceSolutions.com or call 304-283-0864. For the visiting Parkersburg South Patriots, starting offensively at left tackle, it's number 61, Nathan Rank. Left guard, number 67, Easton Parsons. Center, it's number 66, Grayson Board. Right guard's number 64, Brody Nesselroot. At right tackle, it's number 75, Justice Drain. Wide receivers, number 5, Taj Joyce. Number 81, Josiah Swiger. Number 13, Devin Andrews. And number 2, Derek Sandy. At running back, it's number 11, James Laddie. And number 20, Asa Yost. And at quarterback, it's number 4, Asher Prunty. Defensively for Parkersburg South, up front, it's number 62, Dylan Tustin. Number 64, Brody Nesselroot. Number 75, Justice Drain. Linebackers are number 39, Camaro Jackson. Number 11, James Laddie. Number 20, Asa Yost. And number 1, Diedrich Riggs. Corners are number 5, Taj Joyce. And number 10, Garrison Riggs. Safeties are number 2, Derek Sandy. And number 3, Peyton Klein. Now for your starters for Martinsburg. Offensively up front on the line is number 58, Jordan Kovacs. Number 52, Kane Whip. Number 55, Zaire Tugwell. Number 59, Jeffrey Griffith. Number 54, Zion Reeves. Your wide receivers are number 1, Mason Wally. Number 2, Boston Todd. Number 5, Colby Walker. Number 11, Kaila Villa. At running back, starting, number 20, Kingston McDonald Gibson. And at quarterback, it's number 10, Brian Dick. Defensively starting for Martinsburg, it's number 15, Frankie Arias. Number 52, Kane Whip. Number 58, Jordan Kovacs. Number 13, Kamara Green. Linebackers, Number 0, Ty Ricketts. Number 3, Terrell Cofield. Number 6, Carson Knight. Number 11, Kaila Villa. Corners are number 1, Mason Wally. Number 20, Kingston McDonald Gibson. And your safeties are number 5, Colby Walker. Number 2, Boston Todd. Well, we'll step aside and take let's keep it here, actually, for the coin toss. It sounds like we have an honorary captain in the house.
The coin is being tossed by Governor Patrick Morrissey.
So he's in attendance here for this one. While they go out and do that, let's also welcome onto the field your Martinsburg Bulldogs and introduce you to tonight's out-of-town officiating crew, brought to you by Inferno Brewery and Andy's Pizza. Call 304-728-ANDY. That's 304-728-2639. Visit www.andyspizza.com. Your referee is Tony Veltri, umpire Daniel Poe, line judge Jeffrey Peel, head linesman Joel York, field judge Earl Throckmorton, side judge Vince McMillan, and back judge Jeff Thompson. Since the captains are already out there, Parkersburg South getting ready to take the field as well. Let's make our last break only our 2-minute video, please, back at the studio, Kyler. So just a 2-minute break here, and then on the other side of that 2-minute break, we'll have kickoff for you for tonight's game here on WRNR TV. Back in 2 minutes.
And that concludes today's pregame show.
We play every play like it's the most important play in the game.
Who let the dogs out? Coming up next, it's the starting lineups, opening kick, and play-by-play action of West Virginia high school football. Today's game is being brought to you by
W. Harley Miller Systems, Smallwood and Small Insurance Agency, Power, Beck, and Matzaref Law Offices, Senate Finance Chairman Jason Barrett, Hagerstown Ford, Fort Evans Archery, Rocks Local Markets, the Brown Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, the Larry DeMarco team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results, Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, personal injury attorneys, Cody's Auto Body, the Palace Lounge, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, the Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, the Berkeley County Health Department, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, Ameriprise Financial and the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, CMA Honda of Winchester, CMA Chevy and Toyota of Martinsburg, CMA Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg, Dignity Memorial Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery of Martinsburg, Flower Pools of Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg, Inferno Brewery and Andy's Pizza.
And now, let's go back to the field and rejoin our Talk Radio WRNR broadcast team.
We welcome you back here, Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium. The first round of the WVSSAC Class 4A football playoffs. Martinsburg hosts Parkersburg South. I'm Colin McLaughlin. Alongside me, Dylan Bishop. Our on-site producer today, John Alderton. Camera crew, Rodney Watcher, Jillian Haynes, and Ethan Elliott. And back at the studio is Kyler High. Parkersburg South in the all-white uniforms with the blue helmets and the white face mask. Martinsburg with the black helmet, black face mask, and the gray uniforms tonight with the orange numbers. It will be the Bulldogs returning the kick as both teams head out onto the field. Our opening kick is brought to you by the Berkeley County Health Department. Prevent, Promote, Protect, offering public, clinical, and environmental services at 122 Waverly Court in Martinsburg. And with Parkersburg South in a huddle here before the kickoff, Martinsburg bunches together just in case there's a surprise onside kick here. So you can see the two return men pretty close up in Wally and Todd. Both now going back, though, towards that 10 to 15-yard line range. It's kicking off will be Wyatt Bartley. Or excuse me, no, that's a different kicker out there now. And they do go with a onside kick. Martinsburg going to just fall on it at the 34-yard line, as it looked like it was number 29, I think, and we don't have a 29, so great way to start.
Yep, and roster goes 27, 28, 30, so perfect. There you go. And, yeah, I think the onside kick was further than their kicker wanted it to be, for sure. So, all right, solid field position for Martinsburg to start.
Yep, Bulldogs opening drive starts at their 34-yard line as Dick in shotgun formation takes the snap. It's a read option keeper for Dick, who tries to go up the middle. Now rips through one tackle, but will be brought back down after a few yards gained on the play to bring up second down.
First play of the game going to Brian Dick on the ground. I think they for sure want to establish that tonight, make it something that Parkersburg South has to think about. But I am curious to see how often Martinsburg goes back to that and makes Brian Dick use his legs tonight here in just the first round, thinking maybe they can get by without it.
So 4-yard gain, making it second down and 6 as they flip the receivers around, and now it's a handoff to Kingston McDonald Gibson, and he's going to pick up the first down as he's brought down after a gain of 12 to the 50.
Well, that's McDonald Gibson right there. He was patient that time, sat back, let the pulling guard come around and open things up for him. And only a 12-yard gain for McDonald Gibson. Yeah, hey,
he almost averages 17. That's why Dylan kind of is a little bit sarcastic there for the new people tuning in.
I was going to say he's just warming up, it seems like, I guess.
Dick dropping back the pass for the first time, sending a deep ball for Boston Todd, and it's a touchdown. 50-yard bomb to open things up here with 10:43 to go and quarter. And Martinsburg takes an early 6-0 lead on Parkersburg South.
It doesn't get much simpler than that, but that was great stuff on both sides of that play. Brian Dick and Boston Todd. Todd just straight up wins with a good release off the line. Uses his speed to get by, and it's a perfect pass from Brian Dick.
Cody Page on to attempt the extra point. Snaps back, holds down, the kick up. And good. 7-0 Martinsburg now leads. Step aside, take a 1-minute break, then be back with more West Virginia High School playoff football on WRNR TV.
Floor Pools, your swimming pool and hot tub builder, retailer, and service provider, serving homeowners in Pennsylvania, Maryland, West Virginia, and Virginia. Floor Pools takes pride in providing quality construction, reliable service, and exceptional customer service. Experience the ultimate relaxation and the serenity of soaking in your own hot tub. Your new backyard lifestyle awaits. Start your journey today at Floor Pools in Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg. FloorPools.com. That's FLOHR Pools.com. Floor Pools, your swimming pool and hot tub builder, retailer, and service provider, serving homeowners in Pennsylvania, Maryland, West Virginia, and Virginia. Floor Pools takes pride in providing quality construction, reliable service, and exceptional customer service. Experience the ultimate relaxation and the serenity of soaking in your own hot tub. Your new backyard lifestyle awaits. Start your journey today at Floor Pools in Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg. FloorPools.com. That's FLOHR Pools.com.
Back here live after the quick strike for Martinsburg to begin this one here tonight. It's Cody Page now on to kickoff for the Bulldogs.
Quick strike offense from Martinsburg. Here, open that up. Only a 3-play drive. We'll get the full scoring drive summary here in a sec.
And this kick going to bounce its way into the end zone for a touchback. Let's do it here and now. Scoring drive summaries brought to you by Senate Finance Chair Jason Barrett, Trusted Leadership and Rail Solutions.
3 plays for Martinsburg to go 66 yards and get that one into the end zone. 50 yards from Brian Dick to Boston Todd.
All right. So now we'll see Parkersburg South's offense for the first time here tonight.
That's the 21st touchdown pass of the year for Brian Dick and the 14th that he's thrown to Boston Todd.
Prunty, the freshman, coming up here against Martinsburg's defense. Gets the snap and go with a handoff up the middle and a pretty decent hole for Yost, who gets it across the 20 and tackled around the 23-yard line. That'll bring up second down.
Solid push up front for Parkersburg South on that very first play. I think they might have run trap there. It seemed like there was a puller guard coming across.
Two receivers far side, one to the near side. Extra blocker on the right side of the line as well as Prunty keeping it himself. Now gets hit from behind around the 20 and driven back. Loss on that play will bring up 3rd and long now for the Patriots.
And I think that time Park South pulled the tackle that time, it seemed like, and had not much success on that one. I think they tried to go with kind of a QB counter, QB bash, and that time Martinsburg's defensive line completely blew it up.
Now 3rd and 10 here for Parkersburg South. Looks like Martinsburg going with man coverage. Prunty dropping back the pass, chucking it high and deep. Jump ball for Joyce, a lot of contact, and that falls incomplete, but it looks like it's going to be pass interference against Mason Wally.
Yeah, pretty easy call, I would say. And we mentioned penalties. That's the thing for Martinsburg. When they play a clean game, they're hard to beat, but they are really a big-time offender in the penalty department. 94 penalties on the year, 917 penalty yards in 10 games. So just move your decimal over there. That's 9.4 penalties per game, an average of almost 92 penalty yards.
So that moves the chains, spots the ball at the 35, first down Parkersburg South. Prunty dropping back the pass, and they're going deep for Joyce again, this time in double coverage. A lot of contact, but this time no flags. There's another incomplete pass intended for Taj Joyce. Brings up second down.
I thought they could have gotten him again for another pass interference. They let it go that time. It was a little bit better timed on the defensive backs part, but
I think Wally got a little bit of help there that he was able to turn that head around this time.
Yeah, ball hung in the air a little longer. I think that's what let him get by.
Parkersburg South showing that it's not afraid to go long here against Martinsburg. This time they switch it up, go with a run. Yost shedding through some guys, and now we'll get hit around the line of scrimmage. It looks like forward progress. They'll say gained 1 yard from the 35 to 36, making it 3rd and 9 as Todd in on the tackle.
I think the deep shots down the field are probably going to have to be the main mode of attack here for Park South. As I mentioned in the pregame, it's going to be hard to, and in the keys of the game, it's going to be hard to just sort of get 4 yards at the time against Martinsburg because we can already see how often the Bulldogs' defensive line can win.
Yeah, going with 4 down linemen here again. And now a flag as the ball snapped. That looks like we're going to have a penalty here and wait to see who it's against. And it's an encroachment against Kamara Green and the Bulldogs. A 5-yard penalty will make 3rd and 9 now, 3rd and 4.
First drive of the game for the defense, maybe some excitement, getting a little too jittery out there, trying to jump the snap. And again, as you mentioned, Kamar Green, only a sophomore, but is second on the team in sacks.
2 receivers near side, one to the far side. They now bring Yost out in the slot. Prunty looking here. It's a little screen pass that's caught in the backfield, and that's going to be a big loss as Martinsburg read that one all the way. Blowing it up after Laddie, makes the reception.
They put Laddie out in the slot, and it just had absolutely nothing to do with it. It took too long to develop, and Martinsburg was all over it.
On comes the punt team. It's Kinson Lutchmanson back to punt. The backup quarterback snaps high. He's able to punt it here to the near side, but that is an ugly punt here to the near side. It goes out of bounds around the 45-yard line. It looks like they're going to actually say maybe the 46. Or they go even farther back. I'd be surprised if it was farther back than that.
Saw Urian George caught it on the sideline. He was standing pretty much where the official ended up spotting it, which is the 43.
Okay. So Martinsburg with some solid field position once again. It's the offense back out on the field. But all in all, how far was that punt?
About 15 yards. Maybe.
Todd in motion. Jet sweep. Out in space. And he's forced out of bounds by Joyce just shy of the 35. And there's a flag on the opposite side of the play. And it's in the backfield. So signs pointing as if it's against Martinsburg once again. And it's an illegal formation penalty called against the Bulldogs.
Backing themselves up. That's the only thing stopping them so far. You mentioned the starting field position, Colin. They scored a touchdown from further out than this on the last drive.
50-yard touchdown pass on the third play from scrimmage. So now the ball at the 48-yard line here, still first down and long. Three receivers far side, one to the near side. And movement up front, but no flag. Now a flag in the backfield as Dick, though, in space. Able to get the first down on his feet by a yard.
That might be a hold.
We'll see. It looks like, once again, this is coming back as head referee looking over to the Parkersburg South sideline, waiting to see what they want to do here with the flag on the field. Sounds like it's a holding against Kane Whip, I believe, is the guilty party that time. If I heard a 5-2.
Yep. Already 4 penalties for Martinsburg, and we are barely 4 minutes into the game.
I was about to say that as well.
They've done, actually, I'd say in the second half of the season, they had gotten better in terms of committing less penalties. Slowly but surely, but we are right back to where we started with those struggles.
Now behind the 50 here, ball at the 42-yard line of Martinsburg. Todd in motion once again. They fake the jet sweep. Dick keeping it himself. And he's going to be brought down by Laddie across the 45 to the 47-yard line, so a gain of 5. That makes it second and long.
And Martinsburg pretty much has no problem picking up 5 yards per play on offense, no matter who they're playing, just about. Like Huntington gave them troubles in terms of teams they'll face in the playoffs. But obviously, you can't go 5 yards per play when it's 1st and 25.
Yeah, 2nd and 20 now. It's Dick dropping back, looking to pass, fires it across to the far side. It's caught by Villa. Some great blocking, but he can't bounce it to the outside where there was plenty of space. But it's a gain of about 9, and that'll make it 3rd down and 11.
It didn't look like a screen that was going to get that much yardage at first, but good blocking.
Here we go with the 3rd and 11, and they go with the hard count, and everybody for Parkersburg South up front jumping in the neutral zone offside.
Yep.
So that'll help Martinsburg out here.
Patriots giving them 5 back.
That'll make the 3rd and 11 now a 3rd and 6 from the 39. Martinsburg going with 2 receivers to each side now. Dick looking near side, chucking it deep for Todd in stride and just overthrows him. Bring up 4th down, so now Martinsburg has a decision to make, and it looks like the offense is going to stay out there.
Yeah, I would say Martinsburg probably feels pretty confident against just about anyone to go for it on 4th and 9 or less.
4th and 6, ball at the 39.
This part of the field, you probably go for it no matter what.
Dick gets the call now, flips Kingston McDonald Gibson to his right. Low snap, Dick rolling to his right. And it's picked off by Lutchmanson. Lutchmanson trying to cut back toward midfield, going to the far side. And now he's brought down at around the 42-yard line. A rare pick thrown by Brian Dick. And now it's Parkersburg South with great field position.
It's only his third of the year. Honestly, I don't even remember where the other two happened.
Yeah, couldn't tell you.
He's been super efficient throwing the ball and careful, and that time it was read well by Lutchmanson.
I think the last one was the Musselman game.
I think so, yeah. And it was a bit of an overthrow in the play before that. It was a hard window to fit it into for Todd deep down the field. And here you go, Park South, field position.
Ball at the 44. It's a read option. Prunty keeping it, and he's going to be brought down for a loss of 2, making it 2nd and 12.
I do think Martinsburg can afford to, probably at least in their own minds, to be a little more risky, a little more high risk on offense, considering how their defense has played so far. It's been difficult for Park South to move the ball down the field, and it gives your offense a little more wiggle room to make mistakes.
2nd and 12, trips to the far side, one receiver to the near side. Prunty scanning his options, throwing it underneath, and leads his intended target just a little bit too much to bring up 3rd down, as that was intended for Riggs out of the backfield.
It was good coverage on the outside as well. He was going to have to break a tackle to get more than 2 or so yards.
Another 3rd and long for Parkersburg South here in the first.
What can the freshman quarterback do here? What will his offensive line give him time to do?
Prunty looking downfield, now stops, and he's going to be... No, he somehow escapes Kamar Green, and now might pick up a 1st down if he can lead his blocks. But he stops at the 35-yard line, and that's going to be just short of a 1st down, but a great play by the freshman in Prunty.
Yeah.
Somehow escaping the pocket. You don't see that too often from anyone against Martinsburg.
No, that was not very good tackling overall by Martinsburg.
Now 4th and short. They're going quickly. Got to be disciplined if you're Martinsburg. Don't get fooled by the hard count.
I was about to say, let's see if they try to jump them or get them to jump off sides.
The receivers far side, one in the near side. Prunty throws it just too high for Riggs. It's incomplete. Turnover on downs. Martinsburg will get the ball back here in the first. First quarter brought to you by W. Harley Miller Systems, providing custom integration services like home and office automation, home theater, networking, audio, video distribution, and more. Call 304-350-1931 or visit WHMsystems.com. First quarter also presented by Hagerstown Ford. They're revolutionizing the car buying experience. You can buy your next vehicle online. They'll deliver it to you. If you don't like it, they'll take it back. Visit their website, fordofhagerstown.com.
Comes a pistol look. See if we get a toss play out of it.
Here's a toss. Making a few men miss. It's Kingston McDonald Gibson. He's going to be tackled just shy of a 1st down by, looks like, 1.5 yards, maybe 2 yards.
We've seen this the last couple games from Martinsburg, putting Terrell Cofield out there as a fullback in the pistol. And it's been effective. They used that toss play a lot out of this formation so far when we've seen it.
Now they flip the formation. This time it's going to be a handoff, and now a late flag comes in. We'll have to wait and see what that is for, as that was Kevin Myers now at running back.
The flag came from behind the defense. Not quite after the play, but towards the end of it.
And it's a personal foul penalty against Charles Williams, Parkersburg South. And that'll give Martinsburg a 1st down.
You just can't afford to get any sort of penalties like that against Martinsburg. They're going to move the ball just fine on their own. Don't give them 15 free yards.
Puts the ball across the 50, and spotted at the 42 of the Patriots.
It's like they're keeping with the pistol look. It seems like they want to experiment with this formation a little more. We only just barely started to see it last game or two of the year.
Dick handing it off to Myers. And he's not going to get much of anything on that run. Maybe about a yard, bringing up 2nd down and 9.
I think Myers has just got to be more decisive there, where the hole was open. I believe that was the B gap on the left side of the line. He kind of just tries to ride up against the offensive lineman. It's good to be patient, but you got to hit the hole when you see it.
2 receivers far side, 1 to the near side still. This time they hand it off to Cofield, and look at the big boy try to go and gain the 1st down. If you could have had a block there by Todd, probably could have got the 1st down.
Yeah, that's a good example of being decisive on your run, just running straight forward. Now, that's a little easier off-tackle run. You kind of know where you want to go before the snap with that. But just first step from there, he hits it hard.
3rd and 2. Snap back to Dick. Give it to McDonald Gibson, who jukes past a man. Now in space, slips through a tackle and gets the 1st down. Brought down just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. And that's a gain of, I believe, 18 on that play.
And McDonald Gibson, that's the decisiveness that I'm talking about there. Good vision, and you don't just see the hole quick, you hit it too quick as well. The combination of the two is what can make you a great running back if you have the athleticism to back it up, and he does.
And Martinsburg just really going crazy right now with the 3-headed monster in the backfield. It's another halfback toss to McDonald Gibson, who gets across the edge past Lutchmansing and into the end zone, but it looks like it's coming back as a flag thrown during the play as well. Great vision, but it looks like it won't be for 6.
It looks like they're placing the flag at the 5. Block in the back.
It's a block in the back against Cofield.
Yep, that lead blocker's got to be careful out there, because you get some guys spinning around trying to find the right way to get to the ball carrier. You could end up blocking a guy in the back if you're not careful.
Yep, and that's clear as day, seeing it on our replay here, as he went right into the back there of one of the linebackers, corners in Garrison Riggs. So remains 1st down.
So it goes down as an 11-yard carry for McDonald Gibson, but you only get 1 yard out of it.
Yep. Ball now at the 15. Dick will hand it off to Terrell Cofield, who tries to stiff arm a man, but good gang tackling here from Parkersburg South, as it took about 4 or 5 guys to bring down Cofield. It's just bully ball when he gets the football. 5'11", 220-pound senior, and all 220 of those pounds, pure muscle.
Right, he's not going to run by as many guys, but he's going to run over a lot of guys. And usually they've been using him only at the goal line, 19 carries on the year, 9 of them for touchdowns. But this pistol look gives him more opportunities.
This time they go to the running back, Kevin Myers, and he's going to get dragged back, as winning the trenches that time around was Parkersburg South. Getting through is Jackson and Yost from the linebacker spots. That'll bring up 3rd down.
At 3rd and medium, finally Parkersburg South gets the Bulldogs out of that formation. They got to go a little lighter.
Under a minute left here in the 1st quarter. Still 7-0 Martinsburg leading Parkersburg South here in the 1st round of the playoffs. Todd in motion. Jet sweep. Trying to bounce it outside, making a man miss. Now cutting it back in. Does he have the 1st down?
I think so.
It looks like he just got it by a yard on that extra effort. 1st and goal, Bulldogs.
Now, how about that? Boston Todd, incredibly hard to bring down in the open field.
Going quickly, Dick. Quarterback power, lowering his shoulder, fighting his way through for the Martinsburg touchdown. With 23 seconds to go in the first, it's now 13-0 Martinsburg, leading Parkersburg South.
A grinded-out drive. That time from Martinsburg, 9 plays and all on the ground. Not a single ball in the air from Brian Dick that time following his interception.
That scoring drive summary brought to you by Senate Finance Chair Jason Barrett, trusted leadership and real solutions. Extra point almost blocked by Laddie, but it's good. 14-0 our score. Back in 60 seconds here on WRNR TV.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. We have been challenged to sell 20 new and used vehicles each and every day for the rest of the year. This means you save thousands. Hagerstown Ford is the largest Ford store on the I-81 corridor, ranked among the top dealerships in the country in sales volume and customer satisfaction. If you are even thinking about buying a new car, now is the time. Visit HagerstownFord.com and choose your new ride, and we will bring it to you. You will sign all the documents from your phone and skip that awful finance process that consumes your entire day in the dealership. Let's recap. Hagerstown Ford must sell 20 vehicles a day. You will sign all the documents from your phone on your time. We will bring your new ride to you, and you're done. It's that easy. If you don't like it, return it. Our return policy is better than Walmart, and our buying experience is better than Amazon. And you save thousands. Hagerstown Ford is the #1 Ford store from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C., from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland. Now, we want to be the #1 Ford store in the nation.
Hagerstown Ford, right off Interstate 81, across from the Valley Mall.
We welcome you back here to Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium. 14-0 our score now. Martinsburg leading Parkersburg South. It's Cody Page on to kick off. He sends a booming kick that's going to sail out of bounds and whack a cameraman. And that's some issues that we saw last week from Cody Page, and it rears its ugly head back here today. Now Parkersburg South will get the ball at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, last week was really the first week that we saw that as an issue.
And he had 3 of them.
Right.
If memory serves.
Right, that's why I kind of say it as an issue, because having it happen once, it's
right.
It's not so bad, even twice. What did it say?
Fool
twice?
me one time, shame on you.
Fool me can't get fooled again. Mm-hmm. I guess what? Twice is a coincidence, 3 times is a pattern.
Yeah. Looks like we're going to have 2 backs now in the backfield with Prunty. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Looks like we have delay with the referees wanting to get into position as well before we begin. Prunty. A little bit of misdirection, trying to fool Martinsburg, but it's only a gain of about 2 yards for Yost on that play, making it 2nd and 8, and we'll see if they decide to take one more play or not, and I don't think they will. So after quarter number 1, it is Martinsburg 14, Parkersburg South nothing here in the first round of the WVSSAC Class 4A playoffs. Step aside, take a 1-minute break, and then we'll be back with quarter number 2. This is West Virginia High School playoff football on WRNR TV.
When it comes to surgery, experience and innovation matter. At WVU Medicine, our board-certified surgeons use the latest robotic and minimally invasive techniques to provide better outcomes and faster recoveries. We offer a full range of procedures, including advanced hernia repair, anti-reflux surgery, breast cancer surgery, colon resection, gallbladder removal, skin cancer, and lesion removal. Trust the region's leader in advanced surgical care. Call WVU Medicine Surgery today at 304-596-2150.
Hello, Jonathan Bodwell, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, your local Medicare insurance agency. We are celebrating our 20th anniversary this year. The Medicare annual enrollment period is here. Medicare plans have changed drastically this year. We are here to help you with a no-charge review of your coverage. Don't get taken advantage of by a call center. Call us at 304-283-0864. Stay local with Bodwell Insurance Solutions.
We welcome you back here as we head into quarter number 2 here tonight. Another beautiful day. Little cold, obviously, with no sun, but at least where we are, not a big breeze. Earlier there was, but looking out at the flag in the end zone next to the scoreboard, no movement.
Yeah, a little chilly, but it could be worse.
Prunty takes the snap, dropping back the pass, rolling out left. Hit as he throws, and it's going to be well short of any receiver in the area. I believe the closest one might have been Graham. No, I think that was Swiger. Never mind. That brings up third down.
It's kind of a double-edged sword or catch-22 situation here with Park South's offense where you're seeing a lot of rolling pockets, and that's to try to help out the offensive line, make it easier for the quarterback to have enough time to throw. But this is a freshman quarterback, inexperienced guy. It's harder to throw on the run as the quarterback. You can't plant your feet.
And now we get flags in, and it looks like we're going to get a delay of game unless Parkersburg South got a timeout in time, and I don't think they did. It's a 5-yard penalty on the delay of game. That makes it third and even longer. 3rd and 13 now at the 32-yard line for Parkersburg South. At least here for Kingston McDonald Gibson, they're going press coverage. Sprunty dropping back the pass, and it's a tunnel screen caught by Joyce, who's trying to stiff arm Dillard, but Dillard stands tall and forces him out of bounds. Gain of only 3 on that play, and that'll make it 4th and 10. And here comes the punt team.
The last punt did not go very far. We'll see if Lechmanson can do a little better this time. They move the spot back a yard, so really goes down to 2 yards in the end.
Lechmanson back to punt. And he's kind of running while he punts. So that one goes out of bounds just shy of the 50. Is that about a 13 or 14-yard punt only?
Yeah.
They say it goes out at the 48.
And Martinsburg will take that all night. Like you said, first touchdown of the night went 50 yards. This is now the second drive where they don't even need to go 50 yards to get 6 more.
Already up 14-0 here in the early part of quarter number 2. Low snap. Underneath, it's caught by Todd. Todd now on the near side. It's going to take off, but it's not going to matter. It's coming back.
Yep. Villa's going to get called for a blindside block.
You can even see Coach Walker pointing right at him saying, that was you. Yeah, he's getting chewed out.
Yeah, can't do that. No.
Penalties racking up once again here for Martinsburg.
It's another easy call.
Blindside block, 15-yard penalty.
I know as a blocker, especially as a wide receiver, if you get the chance to blow a guy up, you get excited too. But sometimes you just got to know when to lay off and be strategic about your blocks. Stand in the way if a guy's not turned towards you.
Yeah, almost like basketball, just box out.
Yeah.
Ball now, it looks like, at the 38-yard line. after the 15-yard penalty.
60 penalty yards already.
It makes it 1st and 25. 3 receivers far side, 1 to the near side. McDonald Gibson in the backfield with Dick. He's going to keep it himself, and a big hole here on the near side, and a great block by Irving, and there goes Dick. 30, 20, 15, 10-5, end zone, touchdown, Martinsburg. 62 yards, and Brian rushing touchdown of the night, making it 20-0 Martinsburg, leading Parkersburg South.
The numbers are not as impressive as Coy Fagan last year when they really leaned into the run game with the quarterback. But Brian Dick has been a fantastic dual-threat quarterback on the year for Martinsburg. It's his 10th rushing touchdown. I believe that should put him over 800 rushing yards on the year. When they've called his name for him to use his legs, he's been great.
Page with the extra point. It's good. 21-0 now our score. Step aside, take a 1-minute break, and then be back with more playoff football on WRNR TV.
Hey, Cody, what side of the turkey has the most feathers?
Is it a male or a female turkey?
Cody, it's just a joke. What side of the turkey has more feathers?
I don't know.
The outside.
If you're plucking feathers from your car, bring it to Cody's Auto Body in Martinsburg for a quick fix.
Cody?
What?
Don't say it this time.
Okay, well, it's Cody's with a T for plucking trust.
Cody.
What? I said plucking, not
Cody, you just said it.
Nothing goes better with football than chicken. From Pee-wee to the big boys to the wing T formation. Oh my, fumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
Omaha!
Rocks Local Market.
We welcome you back here on WRNR TV. Hope you guys are all enjoying our stream here tonight. It's Cody Page ready to kick off once again here for Martinsburg. Now lead it 21-0 over Parkersburg South.
Domination so far. Big time plays on offense, shutting things down on defense is the Bulldogs.
Page sends this one end over end, and it's going to bounce its way into the end zone once again for a touchback. All teams take the field now, offensively and defensively. Let's get our scoring drive summaries brought to you by Senate Finance Chair Jason Barrett, Trusted Leadership and Real Solutions. Another easy one, Dylan.
Yep, it's, well, technically I guess the drive was only 47 yards, but the touchdown was 62 yards on one play. Brian Dick takes it into the end zone after a 15-yard penalty. 62 yards out, Martinsburg's up 3 touchdowns.
So now Parkersburg South back out onto the field. 2 receivers to each side. Yost at running back to the left of Asher Prunty. Takes the snap, pump fakes, and now he's going to have to try to run away, and he can't do so as he's sacked on the play. And taking him down, Frankie Arias.
He's been great for the second year in a row for Martinsburg. First sack that the Bulldogs have finally gotten on Prunty. Park South's done a pretty good job of getting the ball out of his hands quick, but couldn't that time.
Makes it 2nd down and 12 after the loss of 2 on the sack. Go with a handoff now. We see a new running back in there as well. Quay Brown on the carry. That'll make it 3rd and medium.
The split back look for Park South gives them an opportunity to get that lead blocker without going to an I formation or anything like that. And it's still, even then, about 3 yards is all they've been able to get.
Send a man out in motion. But again, it's a handoff to Brown, and he's going to get hit right at the line of scrimmage and forced back, and now flags come in after the play.
I think for driving the ball carried to the ground there, it's going to be a 15-yarder.
Let's get our second quarter sponsors in the meantime. Second quarter brought to you by Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations. Robert Fields & Sons, proudly serving the area since 1880, as well as Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, located at 1400 Shepherdstown Road and online to parsonsford.com. They became number one by making you number one first. Parsons.
They are talking this out.
That's a personal foul against Kane Whipp.
I think they said 13. Kamar Green.
Okay.
And Green is checking out.
I saw the body language of Kane Whipp thinking it was him. So, my apologies there. That's what I thought I heard. I do like that we do have the officials mic'd up, but it's kind of one quiet and two even quieter for us here wearing headsets.
Yeah, true.
So 1st and 10 now here for Parkersburg South. They send Yost out in motion. Prunty fires a pass, and fortunately, nobody was looking, as that was triple coverage he threw into for the intended receiver.
Yeah, what was that?
Laddie.
Ricketts, Knight, and Todd all collapsed on the intended receiver in zone coverage. But if any of them turned and looked at the ball coming their way, I think they pretty easily could have picked that off.
Including Laddie. He could have caught it, too.
Yeah,
probably.
true.
If anybody knew that the ball was coming that way. 2nd and 10. Another pass here, possibly. It's a deep ball. Haven't seen him since the first quarter. And it's going to be underthrown. Is trying to come back for the intended receiver. But it drops right in front of him on the turf. I believe that was Laddie again.
There's a flag down on the far side of the field around the 40.
I've seen it picked up, though.
Yep.
Maybe just a sideline warning? Nope, never mind. They are backing it up, so there was a penalty that we missed there against Parkersburg South.
Yep, they didn't announce that one, but looks like...
I think they did. We just missed it.
Oh, okay. 5-yard penalty,
yeah.
Looks like. Yep.
So that makes it 2nd and 15. Ball at the 33-yard line for the Patriots. And another flag here is it's a deep ball, jump ball, picked off. Boston Todd with the interception. We'll have to wait and see what the flag is.
It was right at the snap.
And I think it's against Parkersburg South.
Yep. Illegal formation.
So penalty declined. Turnover. Martinsburg gets the ball.
The Prunty just sort of launched that one. Nobody was open downfield. Not really anywhere to go with the ball. Rough day for the Parkersburg South offense.
And just chucked that one up and developed into double coverage. Now Martinsburg with the ball at its 44-yard line. And it's Kingston McDonald Gibson with a huge burst of speed. Laddie's going to bring him down as the last man to beat a touchdown-saving tackle. 1st down, Martinsburg. So they flip it now to the 37 of Parkersburg South.
It's been really impressive for McDonald Gibson to start out the year only as a defensive player and then develop into the starting running back. A heck of a story for the Bulldogs there.
The receivers to the far side, one to the near side now. Dick dropping way back the pass, now steps up and sends it deep for Todd in stride, and he catches it right at the goal line and goes for a touchdown. but some late flags fly in as well here around the line of scrimmage well after the play. Now it looks like it's going to be, I think, against Parkersburg South, the way Martinsburg's line's reacting.
Zaire Tugwell kind of made a motion as if he had gotten a hands to the face against him, and a fist pump as well.
I'm fist pumping because the dispute between Disney and YouTube TV's finally ended. I just got a notification, so I can finally watch College Game Day. Although it's in Pitt, so do I really want to do that tomorrow? So the touchdown stands. 27-0. Martinsburg now leads it with 8:50 to go here in the second against Parkersburg South. They're going back with that fake extra point look, but now bringing everybody back in for a traditional look.
Closing the gate back up.
Yep. And the kick is up and good by Page. 28-0 our score now. Step aside, take a 1-minute break, and then we'll be back here on WRNR TV.
The Berkeley and Morgan County Health Departments want to help keep our communities, including backyard flocks and farms, safe from H5N1, the avian flu. To stay up to date with current risk levels and CDC recommendations, as well as disease prevention information shared by the U.S. Department of Agriculture, be sure to check out the Community Resources section of the Berkeley Morgan County Health Department at bchealthdept.org. This ad has been made possible through a grant-funded partnership with the West Virginia Department of Health.
Hi, Crescia Hornby here. Larry DeMarco, broker of Modern Realty Results, believes he has some of the best real estate agents in the Eastern Panhandle. Agents at Modern Realty Results have years of experience and knowledge of the local real estate market. Agents within the office work as a team to provide quality customer service. We strive to always ensure client satisfaction through handling every transaction with honesty and integrity, all while offering competitive rates. Modern Realty Results is veteran-owned and managed. Please call us at 262-4222, modernrealtyresults.com.
The penalty on that touchdown assessed here on the kickoff. So Page will be kicking off from Parkersburg South's 45-yard line. And it's an onside kick. Parkersburg South ready for it. Falling on top of it for the Patriots was Jackson. So let's get a scoring drive summary now. Brought to you by Senate Finance Chair Jason Barrett. Trust leadership, real solutions.
It only took 2 plays to go 56 yards. 37 of them come on the touchdown from Brian Dick to Boston Todd. Second connection today, and they've both gone for 6.
So 1st and 10 for Parkersburg South at its 33-yard line. Prunty in the gun. Yost to his left. It's going to be a pass, and it's picked off by Ricketts. They read the screen. Ricketts looks over, and it's coming right his way, and he just reaches out and snags it.
That's film study. Saw the screen coming, jumped it from the start. Doesn't make it simpler than that. Great play by Ricketts.
It's another interception for the freshman here in the first half. It's now 1st and 10. Martinsburg just outside the red zone. Dick throwing it now to Ricketts. And great tackling there in space by Riggs. He just clinged on to the feet of Ricketts and didn't let go.
Try to get Ricketts maybe some a little bit of a gift for getting that touchdown. You get the reception to start off, and if you break that tackle, it goes for a touchdown.
2 receivers to each side now, and it looks like Kevin Myers in at running back next to Brian Dick. Takes the snap. This time it's going to be Irving, and from behind he's going to be dragged down by Jackson, but fighting forward and nearly getting the first down. We'll see if they give it to him. Looks like they're going to say it was just a yard short. No. Wait, I see them wanting to move the chain gang.
There they go.
And they finally
Yep.
do now. First down, Martinsburg.
They were debating that far side with the chain gang. You could see it's like looking across the field, going Did we do it? No.
They were teasing us.
Yeah.
Todd in orbit, and Martinsburg gets bailed out that there's flags that whistle this play dead for a false start because that was a botched snap.
And one of the only times the flags have been good for Martinsburg. I got to say, I want to give a little bit of credit to Ty Ricketts. I think Ricketts would more than likely be the starting quarterback on any other team in the Eastern Panhandle if he weren't the backup here for Martinsburg, consistently making plays on defense and makes plays as a receiver too.
It's now 1st and 15. Martinsburg still inside the red zone. Low snap. Dick, though, still able to hand it off to Boston Todd on the jet sweep. And he decides to try to run up the middle instead of bouncing it to the outside. And he's going to gain about 4 yards, making it 2nd and 11.
Early in the year, before Martinsburg really found a little more of something in the run game with the running backs, you saw a lot of those jet sweeps and end arounds to Boston Todd, kind of using him as the run game, him and Brian Dick, before they really caught fire with McDonald Gibson as the main running back. It still works.
Dick with an option and a great toss to Myers. Cuts it back in at the 5, fighting his way. Can they push him in? No. Just shy
Right
of
at
the
the goal
end zone.
line.
It looks like I think they're going to say forward progress is the 2. Maybe the 1.5. Well, that's 1st and goal, Martinsburg.
Okay.
Bulldogs, will they go and bring the big boys out? Are they keeping the same personnel, it looks like, out on the field for now? It's Dick handing it off to Myers, and he's not going to get there. Coming off the edge was Yost, and he comes in untouched behind the play and is able to just wrap up Myers from behind and tackle him shy of the end zone. 2nd and goal.
This might be where Martinsburg could get a little more gimmicky now that they're at the 1, but they're going to stick with what they've been doing.
Dick this time going to keep it himself, fighting his way up the middle, and he's in for his 3rd touchdown of the game. 34-0, 6:02 remains here in the 2nd. Martinsburg leading Parkersburg South.
Yep, sometimes it just, you need that one extra blocker. And when your quarterback can run the ball himself, that's how you can do it. Use that running back as the lead blocker. Myers gets a good enough block, and Brian Dick is strong enough to push forward into the end zone.
Page on to attempt the extra point. His kick is up and good once again, making it 35-0 Martinsburg now with the lead. Step aside, take a 1-minute break once again here on WRNR TV, and be right back after that.
When it comes to surgery, experience and innovation matter. At WVU Medicine, our board-certified surgeons use the latest robotic and minimally invasive techniques to provide better outcomes and faster recoveries. We offer a full range of procedures, including advanced hernia repair, anti-reflux surgery, breast cancer surgery, colon resection, gallbladder removal, skin cancer, and lesion removal. Trust the region's leader in advanced surgical care. Call WVU Medicine Surgery today at 304-596-2150.
You have choices when it comes to appliance repair, but before you call a large corporate chain, consider what BW Appliance brings to the table. BW Appliance Repair offers fast in-home appliance repair services to the Eastern Panhandle of West Virginia, including Jefferson County and Berkeley County. We strive for professionalism, dedication, and honesty. Call us today at 304-279-8858 to schedule immediate service. You can also visit us online at bwappliance.repair.
We welcome you back here live. Just about halfway through quarter number 2. It's Martinsburg up by 5 touchdowns now against Parkersburg South here in round 1 of the WVSSAC Class 4A playoffs. This kick going to be returnable for the first time here tonight. pretty decent return that almost broke through, but it's going to end at the 25. Let's get a scoring drive summary brought to you by Senate Finance Chair Jason Barrett, trusted leadership and real solutions.
We've seen some 1- and 2-play touchdown drives from Martinsburg. This one, their shortest field of the day, best starting field position. I believe it's their longest touchdown drive in terms of plays. It took them 4 plays to go 18 yards and get in on the 1-yard score by Brian Dick.
So Asher Prunty still out at quarterback. Past 2 drives have ended in interceptions. And now a flag before the ball snapped. It's a false start against Parkersburg South. Backing them up to the 20 to begin the drive and making it 1st and 15.
And I'll be specific. Second longest touchdown drive for Martinsburg so far. They did have the 9-play one.
First down, 25.
2 receivers to each side. They send 1 man in motion now. It's an extra blocker, it appears, for Prunty. He's going to throw it to Joyce, and he catches it just across the line of scrimmage. Only a gain of about 2 yards on that play to the 22, making it 2nd down.
It gets difficult when the offensive line, just the 5 up front, can't get it done in terms of giving your quarterback enough time. You got to keep they kept both the running backs back there, which means you only have 3 routes down the field for the quarterback to throw to.
It's an all-out blitz this time. It's a deep ball, and a lot of hand fighting as that pass intended for Josiah Swiger. Looks like we're getting another pass interference penalty as Woodson and McDonald Gibson over there. And the 15-yard penalty will be enough for a Parkersburg South 1st down on the 2nd and 13.
Second time they've gotten that call, Patriots have, and those are their 2 best offensive plays of the day. Those 15-yard gains, if you want to call them, they've only had 1 play go for 10 yards.
Martinsburg looking like it's going with double coverage over here. It's a handoff to Brown. He's trying to make a few people miss in the backfield, and his forward progress eventually stopped by Carson Knight. So he stopped at the 35-yard line, so a loss of 3 on the play makes it 2nd and 13.
And
only 2.
And going back to what Park South's offense has been able to do so far in this game, you had that 10-yard scramble by Prunty. Other than that, the longest plays for Parkersburg South's offense have been 3 yards.
Send Brown out of the backfield. It's a handoff to Yost, and Yost being spun around, still, though, able to gain a few yards on that carry in the end.
They'll give him 3, but it sets up another 3rd and long.
At 3rd and 9.
Just a dominant performance from the Bulldogs defensive line again. And the linebackers up front doing just as well. Knight, Cofield, Ricketts as your nickel. It's tough to run the ball on this team.
Brown in motion again. Prunty chucking it deep on the far side in double coverage, and it's going to be picked off once again, and this time it's DeJuan Woodson bringing it in at the 31-yard line.
Prunty's 3rd interception. That one hung up in the air a long time, trying to give his receiver a chance at the 50-50 ball, and it was just too much time in the air.
3 interceptions have been on the past 3 drives as well.
Yep. 3 of his last 4 passes as well.
Three receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Dick in shotgun formation. Running back to his left, low snap. He picks it up off the turf, now hands it off to McDonald Gibson, who's following his blockers out to the right. And he's able to get it across the 35 to the 36 before he is stopped and brought backwards. So forward progress will result in the play coming to an end, making it second down.
3 minutes, 20 seconds just about left in this first half. And Martinsburg, if they wanted to, they could make this the last drive, but they could score quick too.
Well, we'll see here as Boston Todd out in space. And I don't know if he's going to be caught. Nope.
It's hard to.
Touchdown, Martinsburg. You called it. 63-yard run on the throw and catch for Boston Todd. That was mostly him.
Yeah, I look up on the clock. You know, they're on their own side of midfield, and you look up with just over 3 minutes left. A lot of times you think, all right, last drive of the half. But when it comes to Martinsburg, I look up at the clock and I think, oh, man, they might be able to get two. They might be able to get two scores before the half. And well, there's one of them, and there's still 2:58 left in the second quarter.
Page trying to make it 42-0, and he can't do so. Extra point, no good. Stays 41-0 with 2:58 to go here in the second. Back in 1 minute. You're tuned into Playoff Football on WRNR TV.
The thing I'm most passionate about with my clients is that 95% of them that come to me, they've never been in trouble in their lives. They've got careers, promising futures, things that matter.
So thankfully, after it was all said and done, I had no DUI and I had no more stress facing me or my family.
When you're on the fence whether to hire a DUI attorney, I always say that you really cannot afford not to. My name is Harley Wagner. My law practice has been exclusively focused on driving under the influence cases throughout the state of West Virginia.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be. Join us every night to relax and enjoy football or basketball games featuring either the Martinsburg Bulldogs, Shepherd University Rams, or West Virginia Mountaineers. We will have steak night every Wednesday, trip nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. You can find us on Facebook or call 304-267-7520. The Palace Lounge is located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
Back here live at Coburn Field and David M. Walker Stadium, 41-0 Martinsburg leading Parkersburg South here in quarter number 2. It's Cody Page on to kickoff here for Martinsburg. They'll send this one deep, but it looks like it's coming back as I think somebody was already across the 40 by the time the ball was kicked. So we have a flag here on the kickoff, and that will back Martinsburg up 5 yards to the 35 to kick things off.
Add it to the total. It's been a while since I've tallied all this up. Let's give it a shot. 9 penalties so far for Martinsburg. Put them at 85 penalty yards. Park South committing a lot of penalties on their side as well, I will say. 6 penalties of their own for 50 yards.
So Page will take his steps back and line himself up here to kick things off. Waiting to make sure everybody for his kick team is lined up as well. They have 6 here on the near side. Only 4 on the far side. This one, a high kick that's going to be caught at the 24. Bounced out to the far side. And the return's going to get to about the 35. Unfortunately, not sure who that is because we don't have a 21 on the roster. Scoring drive summary, though, brought to you by Senate Finance Chair Jason Barrett. Trusted leadership, real solutions.
2 plays again, 68 yards, and 63 of them are the 3rd touchdown pass from Brian Dick to Boston Todd of the day.
2:49 left here in the second quarter. So it's a handoff to Yost, who breaks off one and another, and might have picked up the first down.
He's right at it.
10-yard gain, first down, Parkersburg South. Ball now at the 45.
How about that? That's the second play for the Patriots offense that's gone over 3 yards. The other one was a 10-yard scramble. Yost has, I'd say, been the most effective runner that the Patriots have had so far today.
Patriots, though, taking up a lot of time here in between plays, not in a rush.
Nope. They do have all 3 timeouts. They don't want to give Martinsburg time to score again.
You send Yost out in motion. It's a handoff to Brown, and a big hole for him as he gets driven across the 50. They say down right at the 50, actually. So gain of 5 makes it 2nd and 5.
2 straight successful runs for Park South. I would probably say that's the first time all game they can say that. So good work from the offensive line up front.
Yeah, they got Williams in there up front helping out Board and company. So that was the one thing when I was talking with Coach Walker in the pregame interview that you guys heard if you were tuned in, about maybe an advantage that Parkersburg South has, and it's the size up front. Is now multiple flags fly here on this play, one around the tackle and one about 10 yards ahead of where that other flag is. Unless that was a piece of equipment maybe over where the tackle was. It's Kovacs credited with the tackle. Stops the clock with 1:27 here in the second. It's on sportsmanlike conduct penalty called against Cofield for Martinsburg.
There's 15 more.
And he's going to be taken off here. And Carson Knight's going to head on.
Credit to the Park South offensive line. It does seem like they've done a lot of shuffling around on the line, even compared to what they told us was going to be the case tonight for them.
Yeah, it's next man up. Whenever I was kind of going over the prep work here for Parkersburg South with the radio play-by-play guy for them and Eric Little, he told me they've had a lot of injuries up front, so it's kind of just by committee for the line now.
Yeah, Easton Parsons listed on the roster as the starting left guard has been playing right tackle all game, and his backup listed on the roster, Charles Williams, number 77, has been in at left guard.
I believe he said there have been 3 starters up front out for the year.
Yep, and I believe Dylan Tustin is playing left tackle.
Another run, and that goes right into the arms of Carson Knight. So Yost, no yards gained on that play, and Martinsburg going to use its first timeout. We'll take it with them, a 30-second break, and then we'll be back here on WRNR TV.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows, whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote.
We welcome you back as Martinsburg used its first timeout. They have 2 remaining. Parkersburg South still with all 3 of its timeouts remaining. 1:15 left here in the second quarter. Timeouts are brought to you by the Larry DeMarco team of Century 21 Modern Realty Results. Looking for home in the tri-state area? Call the Larry DeMarco team at 304-262-4222. Visit them online at www.modernrealtyresults.com. Two receivers near side, one to the far side of the formation. 2 backs in the backfield with Prunty, who drops back the pass, chucking it deep. And it looks like it's going to be another interception for Boston Todd. And can it be a house call? If he gets enough blockers out in front. And there he goes. Is he going to get caught? We'll have to wait and see. It doesn't look like it yet again as he gets pushed into the end zone for the pick six. 47 score. And Boston Todd making his case for the player of the game today.
Absolutely. 95 yards he goes for the pick six. And it might as well have been a punt return, kind of the old arm punt, as that ball, again, hung up in the air so long as Prunty was trying to go deep again to Taj Joyce. And Boston Todd was there, and nobody else downfield, so he has some room to work with. Good blocks down the field.
Page boots this one through on the extra point, making it 48-0. Let's step aside, take a 1-minute break. It looks like there was a penalty, but we'll get that after this 60-second timeout here on WRNR TV.
When it comes to providing you with a better car buying experience, CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg takes it personally. Why? Because we're employee-owned. That makes us neighbors. And good neighbors take care of each other. Come experience the honesty, transparency, and value we provide every customer, every neighbor, each and every day. At CMA's Chevrolet of Martinsburg, owners just care more about you.
Did you know a fully loaded truck weighs 80,000 pounds?
I do know that they can cause a lot of damage in a wreck.
Over 40,000 people die every year in crashes.
And distracted driving is getting even worse.
I wish we had better ways to prevent distracted driving.
Me too. But one thing we can do is help people who've been injured in car and truck accidents.
Hurting almost heaven? Dial the 7s. 304-777-7777.
SkinnerWins.com.
We welcome you back here. And it was a personal foul on the extra point against Martinsburg, and it's being assessed here on the kickoff, which will now be from the 25-yard line. 57 seconds left here in the half. It is now 48-0 Martinsburg. Looks like we have a new kicker out there for the Bulldogs, I think, as well as Andrew Bean out there to kick off. See what he can do. I don't think we've seen him.
No. We've seen Page struggling. Made the last extra point, though.
Did have the one kickoff that went out of bounds today. It's Bean. A booming kick. It's going to be bobbled at the 19, but then scooped up as Brown brings it across the 30. Stopped just shy of the 35 at the 34. So 15-yard return. First down, Parkersburg South. With 47 seconds left, the offense comes back out onto the field here as Prunty's day just has not been the best for the freshman. 4 interceptions now here in the first half, and that was the issue for Parkersburg South last year when they made the trip here to Martinsburg. Dylan, 5 interceptions last year thrown.
4 in the last 5 passes here for Prunty. He's only had 3 completions on the day, and the longest one is going for 2 yards. Just nothing doing. Nothing they can get going on offense.
Send Riggs in motion. That's going to be a handoff to Brown, and he's going to be brought down. Martinsburg trying to say that they were able to pull the ball out of his hands, but looks like they're going to say that he was down before Kovacs got the ball from him. That brings up second down. Clock continuing to roll. There's a 2-second difference in the advantage of the play clock being ahead of the game clock. So we'll see. It looks like they're going to take at least one more play here before the half comes to a close. It's a handoff for Yost. And he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage as well, making it 3rd down, and that is the last play here of the half, and I'm still not used to that musket for the Parkersburg South Patriot over there. It's going to get me every single time. 48-0, our score at the half. Step aside and take a 2-minute break, and on the other side of that 2-minute break, we'll have our halftime show. This is West Virginia High School playoff football on WRNR TV.
The Eastern Panhandle is home to teachers and healthcare workers, farmers and fishermen, servicemen and women, golfers, bicyclists, and people who love the outdoors. Where we call home isn't any one thing, so we're not either. At Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery, we are honored to help you plan a celebration of life that reflects one's individuality.
Our trusted local team is here to see that your wishes are honored and that your special story is told.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How can I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm John Everson, Private Wealth Advisor with the Marius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Beck and Matsurif Law Offices. 50 years experience. No fees unless we collect money for you. Always here to help you. Any questions? lawpbm.com.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Welcome you back here on WRNR TV. Welcome you into the halftime show brought to you by the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Visit them online at wvjusticelawyers.com. Our score at the half, Martinsburg 48, Parkersburg South 0. Colin McLaughlin alongside me, Dylan Bishop, on-site producer is John Alderton. Camera crew today, Jillian Haynes, Ethan Elliott, and Rodney Watcher. Back at the studio, who you'll hear from here in a few minutes, Kyler High. He'll have some scores for you from around the Class 4A playoffs as round one underway here tonight. And for Martinsburg, it's been as advertised, as expected.
Yeah, total domination on both sides of the ball. Park South on offense, they keep on having to choose between, do we have extra blockers to help out our offensive line, or do we move the pocket around? And some of that it works in one way, and then you're moving around a freshman, inexperienced quarterback that makes it harder on him, and he has not completed passes. And then they try to truck it down the field, and it's turned into more turnovers than completions. And then Martinsburg offense is incredibly explosive. Long touchdowns on just about every drive. There was two that you got to get down inside the 10 before scoring, but you've got touchdowns of 37, 50, 63, and 62 yards from the Martinsburg offense as well. 115 penalty yards, though, for the Bulldogs. So it remains crazy what they can do with all of these penalties, but it's still that stuff is not going to fly later in the playoffs.
Let's quickly get some first half stats brought to you by Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. You can buy your next vehicle online. They'll deliver it to you. If you don't like it, they'll take it back. Visit them online at FordHagerstown.com.
So let's see here. We got 6 for 8, 169 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception for Brian Dick through the air. 5 catches, 77 yards, 3 touchdowns on the ground. Kingston McDonald Gibson, 6 carries, 68 yards. Kevin Myers, 5 carries for 15 yards. Boston Todd, 3 catches, 150 yards, and 3 scores, averaging a 50-yard touchdown every time he catches the ball. Prunty on the other side here, Park South, 3 for 13, -2 yards, 4 interceptions. Also carried the ball 4 times for a net of 0 yards. Yost, 8 carries, 16 yards for him. Brown, 5 carries for 6 yards. Really just pretty much nothing from the Park South offense here. And a great day, again, for the Martinsburg offense on their side.
All right, before we send it back to the studio with Kyler High, you have anything else that you needed to add there, Dylan? I got sidetracked when you were giving out the first half stats because we are joined now by our governor for the state of West Virginia. Once again, Governor Patrick Morrissey in the building. I think we might have to start giving him a paycheck. I don't know. This is you're becoming a usual for us here, Governor.
This is a pro bono appearance.
And, we appreciate it.
I'll tell you, it's great to be up at the playoffs tonight. And look, Martinsburg, oh my goodness, 48-0. I mean, I think that number 3 seed is a little low right now. What do you think?
I always think that, Governor, to be honest with you, but I'm slightly biased.
Right, number 1's a team they beat. Number 2 is a team that beat them in week 2 just barely. It's the formula played out to where they're number 3. But
as I've studied that formula over the years, it always seems that Martinsburg doesn't get really adequately respected because a lot of its schedule is outside the area, and therefore it doesn't get pumped into the system. So even if they're 3, you got to consider them to be the real favorite, I think.
Absolutely.
Governor said it, not us.
Brings you to the area here today, other than this?
Well, I actually made it back quickly. I was in Greenbrier County today, and I was meeting with a lot of people at the O School, and we were talking a lot about rural health care. And then I wanted to speed my way back up here, and then I'm going to be meeting with some people up over the next couple of days on some economic development issues. And then I've got a meeting in Washington, D.C. with the EPA on Monday. So it's a busy, busy time. But if you're up here, you don't want to miss Friday night football. And we've got a few games this year, right?
We do. All 6 schools from the Eastern Panhandle in the playoffs here.
Yep. I'll tell you what, I mean, it's great that football in the Eastern Panhandle really is ascendant.
Yep. You got 4 of the 6 in action today. 2 others tomorrow going head-to-head.
Yeah, Jefferson's playing tomorrow, right?
County, Jefferson and Washington.
The 6th seed, right?
4th seed.
4th seed, okay.
Yeah, right behind Martinsburg.
Wow.
6 wins after starting 0-4.
You know,
that's probably where you got the 6 from.
Well, I'll tell you what, because I think I was at that game, the Martinsburg-Jefferson game.
I believe that might have been one of the games, yeah.
That wasn't a close game.
No.
So that's why Jefferson's really gotten its act together.
Absolutely,
it's great to see. That's good coaching. We can really get the best out of the players and improve during the year. I think that's always what you look for.
Something in the water in Jefferson County. Jefferson 0-4 to 6-4. Shepherd 0-4 to 6-4.
That is
can be 7-4
They've got
tomorrow.
A game tomorrow too.
Yep.
I know, tough choices for me, right? But I think
I believe in you.
I think I'm going to the Jefferson game, and we'll do another coin flip.
Come to Shepherd as well. Feel free to stop by and see us.
It would be a lot of fun. A lot of good things going on in the Panhandle. It's exciting. I know last time I was up, we met with a lot of people. Folks are excited about the economics in the area, and quite frankly, a lot of businesses that used to be looking at Loudoun County starting to look at Eastern Panhandle, Jefferson, Berkeley County. Big time for the EP.
Great to hear. Let's send it to the studio, though, now, so that way Kyler High can give you some other playoff scores. Once again, our score here at the half, 48-0 Martinsburg, leading Parkersburg South. This is WRNR TV.
Life is evolving. Over the past decade, the way we do almost everything has changed. Get on your phone, see something you like, click on it, and it shows up at your door. Why should the way you have your car serviced be any different? Why waste your time going to a dealership service department when Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to you? They service all makes, all models, and offer full parts and labor warranties. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet will come to your door or office and service your vehicle while you're doing what you need to be doing, conducting that business meeting or mowing the lawn. Why take time out of your busy schedule when you don't have to? Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet's friendly, knowledgeable staff will come to you where you live or where you work for full service maintenance, from oil changes to tire rotations, brakes, batteries, multi-point inspections. They handle it all. Hagerstown Ford and Hancock Chevrolet is committed to delivering the best of the best to their customers. Trust them to service your vehicle where you're at home or at work. Skip the time-consuming and terminal wait at the dealership. Schedule your appointment at fordofhagerstown.com or hancockchevy.com.
Take Rock's Chicken everywhere. It's perfect for any occasion. Rock's 12-piece chicken, $12. Rock's Local Market. Take Rock's Chicken everywhere. A perfect mix of white and dark meat for any occasion. Rock's 12-piece chicken, $12. Rock's Local Market.
The thing I'm most passionate about with my clients is that 95% of them that come to me, they've never been in trouble in their lives. They've got careers, promising futures, things that matter.
So thankfully, after it was all said and done, I had no DUI and I had no more stress facing me or my family.
When you're on the fence whether to hire a DUI attorney, I always say that you really cannot afford not to. My name is Harley Wagner. My law practice has been exclusively focused on driving under the influence cases throughout the state of West Virginia.
They will play tomorrow. Not sure of the time, but I'm sure I will get that to you at the postgame show. So stick around. Don't leave me at all. Now to get you some 4A scores, you got Morgantown beating Buchanan Upshur. All these games are at half, to my knowledge, except for some of these games coming out of halftime. So you've got Morgantown, Buchanan Upshur. That game is starting in the third quarter. You've got... Oh, apologies. You have Hedgesville Huntington, EPAC team. That game is currently 35-0.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Most insurance companies see you as a claim number. Most law firms see you as a case file. When their top priority is their bottom line, you only get a fraction of the attention that you deserve. At the law firm of Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, it's personal. We listen to our clients to see the whole picture, because every part of you is important. For a team built on relationships and results, call Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson at 304 Lawyers, or visit us at burkeandschultz.com.
It's the new normal. You live, work, and play everywhere. Whether it's the family car or the family business, you need insurance that keeps pace with your changing life. Home on the job or working from home, peace of mind comes from knowing your whole world is covered. No matter what happens or how big it grows, whatever your new normal, Erie Insurance's award-winning service and personal agents can keep pace. Call your local agent today or visit erieinsurance.com for a quote.
Hello, Jonathan Bodwell, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, your local Medicare insurance agency. We are celebrating our 20th anniversary this year. The Medicare annual enrollment period is here. Medicare plans have changed drastically this year. We are here to help you with a no-charge review of your coverage. Don't get taken advantage of by a call center. Call us at 304-283-0864. Stay local with Bodwell Insurance Solutions.
Greetings and welcome from the Alumni Association. We're the Coopers, and we want to send you blessings from the directors and the administrators. We're here today to give you some information and some updates, and we're located at the Martinsburg High School hallway, right in front of the Martinsburg Alumni Association wall. So right now, I want to give you a little bit of background and information, but we've got something special for you coming in just a few moments.
In 1910, Martinsburg High School Alumni Association held its first meeting. So as you can see, it's been going on for quite some time. Right now we have over 15,000 members of the Alumni Association. Those include those that graduated from Martinsburg High School. Just think, if you sent in your $10 dues, if everyone did, times 15,000, that would be $150,000. Now we know that's not a possibility, but for those of you that would be willing to, we'd really appreciate $10 or more, and just send it to Martinsburg High School Alumni Association, care of the treasurer, that's still Dale Hicks, to Post Office Box 3007, Martinsburg, West Virginia, 25402. So we'd appreciate anything that you could give us, and we're working on the website, so that's under construction right now.
We're fortunate this afternoon to have 3 past recipients who will be explaining to you and talking to you about what and how it happened for them and how it helped their education.
Hi, my name is Kira Rhodes, and I graduated from Martinsburg last year. I'm so incredibly grateful for the Martinsburg Alumni Association. They've not only created financial burden for students in this high school, but they've also created a community of support that I haven't gotten from anybody else. This association is helping to build up the next workforce in Martinsburg, and I'll forever be grateful for that.
Hi guys, I'm a recent graduate from Martinsburg High School. My name's Carson Buber. The Alumni Scholarship has helped me immensely this past year at my college of choice, Potomac State. As an academic student and an athletic student, I had a lot on my plate, and so this scholarship helped ease my financial burdens. I had no time to work, and I just got to focus on my academics and athletics, and I'm very appreciative of the Alumni Association for giving me the scholarship.
Hello, my name is Eliana Mosby. I'm a recent graduate here at Martinsburg High School, and this scholarship has helped to ease a lot of my financial burden and help me to focus on my academics mainly, and to help me to go into the workforce and get back to my community with the career of choice that I'm choosing. Not only has it helped me, but it has helped a lot of other students and future students coming in, and so it'll be a great opportunity, and I'm very forever thankful for everything the Alumni Association has done for me.
So folks, we want to thank these 3 past recipients for coming in. We want to thank the administration for allowing us to do this film. And I want you to see that each one of them is holding an amount of money. What's missing is $10, which is your $10 due that we really could help us. Remember, your support and your help in this matter will let us see and realize from the Alumni Association what we really can do for the future. And it will help us. So what money, we will accept anything that you're willing to send, but again, we need this money. It goes strictly to the youngsters, for the recipients. We thank you so much. We know everything that you can help us with would be very appreciated. And so again, we want to thank the administration. We want to thank TV10 and Colin. We want to thank the 3 of our recipients. And most of all, we want to thank you now for what help you're going to give us. So in closing, we say thank you, help support us, and God bless.
We welcome you back here to Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium. Just a few minutes left on the halftime clock as they added 3 extra minutes to allow both teams some time here to come out of the locker room and go through their stretch routine. 48-0 the score at the half. Martinsburg leading Parkersburg South. You just heard some scores from around the state here in the first round of the WVSSAC football championships. It will be Parkersburg South getting the ball to start our second half, and we'll also have a second half running clock here because of the mercy rule for the NFHS. It is 42 points or more at halftime that starts a running clock, and then 35 points or more in the fourth quarter. I'm Colin McLaughlin, alongside me Dylan Bishop, John Alderton, our on-site producer, camera crew here tonight, Rodney Watcher, Ethan Elliott, and Jillian Haynes, Kyler High back at the studio, who you just heard from. So, Dylan, any other thoughts that you want to add here at halftime?
Well, it'll be interesting to see how both sides, Martinsburg in particular, approaches this half. That's the word I'm looking for. Because, obviously, score being what it is, it's the playoffs. Do you want to throw those starters out there for any more reps? Or do you want to start immediately getting some of your second strings involved to, 1, get those guys reps, 2, rest your starters for next week in the second round?
Yeah, looking ahead here to that second round matchup, it will either be Wheeling Park or Woodrow Wilson making the trip here next week to Coburn Field in Martinsburg. So we'll have to wait and see what day and time either of those teams choose. As the speaking captains now meeting out at the 50-yard line here. And that matchup between Wheeling Park and Woodrow Wilson, as you heard, a close one, 19-14 right now in the third.
So remind me again, Colin.
Wheeling Park winning.
The lower seed in each round picks what day the game is on.
Yes.
Do they also pick the time, or does the home team get to pick that?
No, the home team, I believe, gets to pick the time, if memory serves
that's
me well.
what I was thinking.
That's changed.
That's what I was thinking. Away team picks the day, home team picks the time.
Yep. Martinsburg's kicking team getting together to head out there. Parkersburg South's return team doing the same over on the far side. Looks like Musselman's tied things up against Spring Mills at 14 all now in the third as well. Yeah.
I know. I think a lot of people's expectations, even in the Musselman fan base, was that they weren't going to be able to keep up with Spring Mills in that one. But so far, so good. Impressive season from Coach Thomas and the gang over there.
Given the state runner-ups from last year, run for their money currently over on the other side of the county. And then tomorrow, you have the Jefferson County rivalry game between Jefferson and Washington.
For the second week in a row.
For the second week in a row, yeah. 48-0 last week. Jefferson getting that win.
Yeah, Washington's pretty injured. Doesn't have their starting quarterback.
For Patriots the past few weeks when you're blown out by 40-plus past 4 weeks and haven't scored in any of those games as well.
Mm-hmm.
Hurts your pride, hurts your confidence.
Yeah, like I said, the injuries have piled up for them, but we'll see if it improves at all tomorrow.
Here we go. So we begin. As the second half kickoff is brought to you by the personal injury attorneys Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson. Visit burkeandschultz.com. We play hardball.
There's our running clock.
To Peyton Klein with the short return there on the short kickoff. It will be 1st and 10 Parkersburg South at its 30-yard line.
Doesn't look like any personnel changes on the Park South offensive side. And it looks like all the starters out there as well to start the half for the Bulldogs.
Clock continues to tick away here because of the mercy rule. So it's a handoff to Yost, and he's going to be wrapped up after a gain of about half a yard, bringing up second down.
Continuously throughout the day, the success rate for Park South's offense, especially on the ground, really through the air too, has been little to none.
Prunty somehow evading pressure and has some great space here on the near side, and will pick up the first down on his feet for Parkersburg South.
Got around the sack attempt from Urias, Urias, I should say, and nobody else out on that edge, like man-to-man, and everybody for Park South flowed to the left side.
A 12-yard run there by Asher Prunty. Freshman sends Brown in motion from right to left. Takes the snap and will hand it off once again to Yost, who cuts back down the numbers and will get tackled right around the 47-yard line. That'll make it second down as Kovacs with the tackle. A few players slow to get up after being tangled up with one another. Back-to-back solid runs here for Parkersburg South.
Yeah, I've been pretty impressed with Yost, all things considered. For me to be saying about a guy who is now at 10 carries for only 22 yards, it speaks a lot to the Martinsburg defense. But I've liked the vision and the patience of Yost.
So they flip the formation around here as Parkersburg South. It's another run for Yost as he lowers the shoulder right into Kingston McDonald Gibson. Just wraps him up at the waist and then gets some help from a few other Bulldogs. But that's enough for a Parkersburg South first down across the 50 and down at Martinsburg's 48.
It's already a good start here. 2 first downs on this drive for Park South. And if you take out penalties, I don't know if Park South had 2 first downs in the whole first half.
Yeah. Send Brown in motion once again. This time it's a quarterback keeper, and it's going to be a sack. A loss of 3 on the play, making it 2nd and 13. It's Kamara Green in there that time around, along with Frankie Urias.
Yeah, the interior of the defensive line of Martinsburg got pushed them into the lap of the quarterback, and then that really blew up the play, and Prunty had to try to go outside. Kamar Green was right there.
That one almost intercepted, but it's going to be a completion as Cofield overran that one. That'll bring up third down after Josiah Swiger's able to haul that one in, making it 3rd and 10.
It was actually a pretty impressive throw there from Prunty across his body, and kind of had to really kind of unwind that hip there to even make the play. It was like a Patrick Mahomes type of angle from his arm.
Here's the 3rd and 10. It's a handoff to Yost, and he's going to lose yards. That'll bring up 4th and long. We'll see what Parkersburg South decides to do here as 5 minutes off this running third quarter clock already. Ball out the 50-yard line here for the 4th down. It looks like they're going to keep the offense out there. Might as well.
There's pretty much
48-0. Yeah.
Pretty much no incentive to punt at this point.
Just let it ride.
It's like Taj Joyce out there.
Yep. Looks like they decided just to let the play clock wind down and call a timeout. And we'll take the timeout with them. 30-second break, and then we'll be back with more playoff football here on WRNR TV.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all. And Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars, too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
30 seconds. Which means we're '21 Modern Realty results. I believe Kevin Myers back to return here for Martinsburg. Martinsburg not sending any pressure here as Lutchman Singh gets this punt away, and it's going to go out of bounds around the 20-yard line. Is where Martinsburg will begin its drive.
I know I said before the break there's a little incentive to punt, but I guess as I think about it a little more, you do at least have the incentive of backing up Martinsburg, and even if you're not going to win this game in the end, you want to have as much pride in the final score as you can have, not giving Martinsburg short fields to score and score and score.
So because of the change of possession only is why the clock stops here.
Yep.
As it will now start as the whistle blows. 1st and 10 Martinsburg at its 20-yard line. Another low snap, but it's brought up, and here goes Kingston McDonald Gibson. Will he be chased down? Nope. And there goes Taco Bell for another Baja Blast. Touchdown, Martinsburg. The speed being shown off all game long. 54-0 our score now. They need that sound effect here in the stadium for him.
They really do. It's such an awesome season for him. He only had 6 carries in that first half and had yet to break one like that. But 4 of his 6 carries went for double-digit yards, 6 for 68 in the first 2 quarters. And now he finally breaks one for an 80-yard score.
Extra point kick. Through the uprights and good, making it 55-0 now. Martinsburg leading Parkersburg South. Step aside and take a 1-minute break and then be back with more high school playoff football here on WRNR TV.
Calling all parade lovers, Main Street Martinsburg's annual Christmas parade is back. We'll be marching down Queen Street on Tuesday, December 9th at 6:30 p.m. Downtown will be shining bright with large floats, marching bands, and even Santa himself will be making an appearance. So make your reservations for your favorite restaurant now and secure your watch spot along Queen Street. We can't wait to see you there. For more details, visit mainstreetmartinsburg.com. This message was made possible by the Martinsburg-Berkeley County CVB.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
We welcome you back here, Martinsburg. Had too many people out there, so good thing had to wait for the commercial break to end before they were allowed to kick off. So they're still trying to count and figure some things out, and now another player swapping out with Irving here. So it's now 55-0, Martinsburg leading. It's Bean. Kicks this one. It's a booming end-over-end kick caught by Brown at the 11-yard line. Brown tries to make a man miss, but is tripped up at the 20. And that's where his return comes to an end. Quick scoring drive summary brought to you by Senate Finance Chair Jason Barrett, Trusted Leadership, Real Solutions.
It's another one-play touchdown drive, Colin. 80 yards this time. Kingston McDonald Gibson runs off the right side and goes all the way.
Third quarter brought to you by Power Beck and Matt Surf Law Offices. Call 304-264-8870 to speak with an attorney today or visit www.lawpbm.com, as well as Smallwood and Small Insurance Agency, your total insurance solution, located at 1250 Edwin Miller Boulevard, Suite 301 in Martinsburg. Call them at 304-263-3361. It's Prunty with the read option keeper, and it's going to be a loss of about 2 on the play. Ty Ricketts brings him down.
So this is going to end up being a disappointing end of the season for Park South, but put it all into context, seems like they've had a lot going on in terms of just sort of turmoil, confusion, chaos in terms of who's actually on the field.
Leading tackler for the team, Colin Hayes, not dressed tonight.
Nope. I'd say he was playing quarterback at one point. They've had 3 different guys playing quarterbacks. And offensive line, new starters all around.
Hand off to Yost, and he's only able to get back to the line of scrimmage before being pushed down to the turf. That'll make it 3rd down. Looks like Martinsburg bringing in a different lineman here, getting some JV guys, some varsity experience. It's Brian Reichow out there and tackle now. Prunty dropping back the pass, chucking it deep for Taj Joyce, and overthrows him by a few yards. He had a step ahead of Wally, but just not quick enough to get there. And it'll be a 3-and-out here for Parkersburg South.
Joyce, only 2 catches on the day for 4 yards. And on the season, he had really been a lot of their offense. And he sticks out on the field, listed at 6'5", 200 pounds, wearing number 5. For a second there, I thought maybe it was Drake London out there on the edge.
James Thompson out there to punt now instead of James Lutchmanson. Meyer standing around the 50, back to return. And this punt is shanked. Oof. In the end, it only is a 4-yard punt.
Martinsburg gets it at the 25.
Yep.
Which, with the way that they've operated tonight, Well, I will say, the last time they got the ball starting around this field position, it actually took them 4 plays to score versus the 1, 2, or 3.
Here come the backups. Gage Orem now in at running back. I believe that's Ridenauer at quarterback. We'll have to wait to see when he turns here if that's an 18 or a 19. It does look like it's an 18, so Ridenauer handing it off to Orem, who gets it across the 20 and tackled just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line, so that'll make it 2nd and 1.
What I was getting at was last time Martinsburg started a drive around the red zone, it actually took them 4 plays to score versus a lot of the 1, 2, or 3 play drives they've been able to score on.
2nd and 1 here.
Yeah, the second strings can have their hand at seeing what they can put up.
Ridenauer. Read option keeper. Stiff arms through one tackle, rips through another, now stumbles forward and tackled at the 10-yard line for the Martinsburg first. Good decision there by Ridenauer.
Yeah, good blocking.
That'll make it 1st and goal.
The strength of Ridenauer to stay up through contact, get a couple extra yards. It's impressive.
Got 2 receivers to each side. Orem to the left of Ridenauer. Ridenauer, read option keeper again here at the 10, trying to cut back in, goes right into Jackson, now gets a little bit of help from behind as he's finally forced out of bounds right around the 5-yard line. It looks like they're going to give him exactly, so a run of 5, making it 2nd and goal now. We got 35 seconds left here in the third, so we'll need to take one last play. It's about a 6-second difference between the game clock and the play clock. Don't do it. Resist, Dylan.
About 6.5. How about that?
It's a handoff here to Orem, and he's going to be stopped just shy of the goal line, making it 3rd and goal now from the half-yard line. And that is how quarter number 3 will come to a close. So now they'll have to walk 99 yards the other way, and while they do that, we take a 1-minute break, and then we'll be back with the 4th quarter here on WRNR TV.
This is Eric at Hagerstown Ford. We have been challenged to sell 20 new and used vehicles each and every day for the rest of the year. This means you save thousands. Hagerstown Ford is the largest Ford store on the I-81 corridor, ranked among the top dealerships in the country in sales volume and customer satisfaction. If you are even thinking about buying a new car, now is the time. Visit HagerstownFord.com and choose your new ride, and we will bring it to you. You will sign all the documents from your phone and skip that awful finance process that consumes your entire day in the dealership. Let's recap. Hagerstown Ford must sell 20 vehicles a day. You will sign all the documents from your phone on your time. We will bring your new ride to you, and you're done. It's that easy. If you don't like it, return it. Our return policy is better than Walmart, and our buying experience is better than Amazon. And you save thousands. Hagerstown Ford is the #1 Ford store from Winchester, Virginia to Washington, D.C., from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania to Baltimore, Maryland. Now, we want to be the #1 Ford store in the nation.
Hagerstown Ford, right off Interstate 81, across from the Valley Mall.
We welcome you back here to Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium. 55-0 the score. So we enter the 4th quarter. Martinsburg with a 3rd and goal at the 1-yard line. We'll see if the JV players out there can punch this one in. It's all right now, we're with Orem to his right. Takes the snap and he bobbles it. It's on the ground in Parkersburg South. Looks like they might have fell on top of it, unless they missed it and Martinsburg was able to recover.
So far, the signal seems like it's staying Martinsburg ball.
I don't know how Parkersburg South missed that one. They just ran right over. There were 3 Patriots there. And somehow Martinsburg retains possession. But it's a big loss. It's now 4th and goal. And on trots the field goal team. Martinsburg just practicing, and half of the field goal team wasn't ready for this.
No, they were not.
They were over.
And there's 10 on the play clock. I don't know if they're going to.
Gatorade jugs chilling out.
They got to go. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Snap
1.
back. Kick is up by Page.
Whistles.
And whistles blow, though. No signal yet from the kick as well.
I have a hard time believing everybody for Martinsburg was set for a full second.
Looks like there's something here with Cofield having to jog to the near sideline. And it will be a delay of game penalty as a result.
Well, good news for Martinsburg is I think that was their first penalty of the second half. Progress.
So the 5-yard penalty will make this, looks like a 30-yard field goal attempt from the left hash for Page. It's Cody Page lining it up here. Snap back, the hold down by Dick. This kick, is it good? It is. By Cody Page, making it 58-0 now, our score. Let's keep things here. They want to move quickly. Dylan, once you're ready, the scoring drive summary brought to you by Senate Finance Chair Jason Barrett, trusted leadership and real solutions.
5 plays. They went 11 yards total, and they end up getting the field goal of 31 yards to make it 58-0.
And they continue the streak here of scoring on each possession.
Yeah, no turnovers on downs. Well, they did have the interception in there.
Oh, yes, you are correct.
Outside of that.
My apologies.
So, no punts, no turnovers on downs. You had the one interception, that's it.
So that's the only possession they didn't score on.
And it was so long ago. And then Brian Dick.
And so rare. It's hard to remember.
Right.
As you mentioned, when it did occur, that was only the 3rd interception thrown by Brian Dick this season.
Yep, on the season, he had been at 61.3% completion, 1,511 yards, 20 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and impressively only sacked 3 times in 10 games.
Andrew Bean out there to kick off now for Martinsburg. Bean sends an end-over-end kick that's going to be short and caught by Klein. Makes one man miss and then tackled at the 30, but now flags fly in here late, as it looks like it's going to be against the return team for Parkersburg South.
I'll give DeJuan Woodson the shout-out for that. I saw the kip up. He's aura farming, but I'll give it to him.
He was happy that he drew the penalty.
Yeah.
I believe that was against Josiah Swiger, the guilty party for the Patriots. The offense back out onto the field for them. And the drive will begin at the 15 after the penalty. 10:47 left here in the ball game. Asher Prunty, the freshman, still out at quarterback. Asa Yost at running back to his left.
Yeah, pretty much stole the starters, it looks like.
Going to be a handoff, and Yost goes right into the arms of Gabe Burson. It's a loss of 1 on the play, making it 2nd down.
Every time I go back to the offensive line, 2 deep that we have, I feel like I'm finding a new person that's listed as a 2nd string. The center, Isaac Henry, 2nd string.
Yost goes out in motion. Prunty chucking it deep and leads the intended receiver too much once again as that pass falls incomplete, intended for Taj Joyce.
They've gone to him a lot, but only connected short. Haven't been able to connect on that deep ball. Prunty now 4 for 16 on the day, and I have him at just 1 passing yard of net in the end.
3rd and 11, ball at the 14. They go back to the ground, and Yost will get dropped at the 10. Loss of 4, making it 4th down.
Burson again.
Yeah.
About him, only a junior, 5'10", 186. Making the most of his snaps here. It feels like when we get to the second strings, Colin, so far this year, we're saying the name Gabe Burson a lot.
Absolutely. Him and Will have had a great season. Burson twins. Punt team back out onto the field. Lutchmanson will send this one here to the near side. And Walker picking it up at the 36, but they say he had a knee down while he was catching it.
He did.
So that stops the return. And here comes the offense for the Bulldogs. We see some new faces once again here coming out there. So we'll do our best, as it looks like we got a new quarterback here and a few new running backs maybe too. No. Okay.
Right now, ran out there late.
Yep, right now runs out there late. So does George, swapping in here as a receiver. Orem still in at running back. 10 seconds left on the play clock. They'll have to hurry some things up here. Ridenauer hands it off to Orem. Kind of tries to find a hole, but can't fully. Only picks up about a yard, making it 2nd and 9. Grayson Board with the tackle.
It's not too often that you can say we get to this point in the game with this score, second strings, third strings in, and we have one of our players of the game still in, Gage Orem. 12 carries, 145 yards, and a touchdown on the year.
Here he goes yet again, trying to slip through Jackson and can't do so. He's only able to get back to around the line of scrimmage. Looks like they're actually lost a yard or two in the end. That'll make it 3rd and 11. Fourth quarter brought to you by Skinner Accident Injury Lawyers, representing accident injury claims for over 50 years. Go to SkinnerWins.com, as well as CMA Honda Winchester, located at 3985 Valley Pike. In Winchester, call 540-686-1622 at CMA Honda Winchester. Owners just care more about you. As you can see there, that throw to George, complete to the 30. It's short of the yards to gain, so that'll make it 4th down and 3 as the offense stays out there for the Bulldogs. Motion up front, no flag. Martinsburg tried to get somebody to jump offside. Now the play call sent in. Ridenauer shifts Orem over to his right. Gets the snap. It's quarterback power, bouncing it to the outside, and Board just reaches out, grabs onto Ridenauer, and drags him down. Was that enough?
No.
Are we going to get a measurement?
It seems pretty. They're
staying out there.
Clear that he's short.
Yep, turnover on down. So it looks like they'll say he's a yard short. The referee did just point for the change of possession. So with 6:48 left here in the fourth, at 58-0, Martinsburg leading Parkersburg South. Parkersburg South's offense makes its way back out onto the field, which means I can grab another spotter board. I was giving up on him, at least for Martinsburg.
I thought I was going crazy for a second. I thought at most he got 3 yards on 4th.
Well, at first I was looking at the chain gang over on the far side, and they had it marked right at the yard to gain, but then eventually when they were spotting the ball, it was brought back on that far side a yard short as Yost going to be tackled here by Woodson. Yost able to gain decent chunk on that first down run. Pick up a 6, making it 2nd and 4.
John Woodson on the tackle, number 7 for Martinsburg.
Ball now at the 33. Prunty. Another handoff for Yost. This time he's only able to get it to the 34, so only a 1-yard gain, making it 3rd and 3 now. It's a good job that time by these Bulldogs to get in there and bring him down, as that time it was Will Burson instead of Gabe.
As you would expect, the offensive line for the Patriots has been able to get a little more movement against the second-string D-line.
3rd and 3, man in motion from right to left. It's a handoff to Brown, who makes one man miss, and will get the first down. As he's tackled now at the 39-yard line.
Seeing some offensive linemen swap out. Henry goes to the sideline. Charles Williams goes out. Williams has been playing most of the game at left guard. He must have been off for a play.
Two running backs in the backfield again here for Prunty. This time it's going to be a handoff to Laddie. It runs it just the outside of the numbers on the far side. And it will be a gain of 4 on the play, making it 2nd down.
You can tell that Park South has really switched up a lot of things this year. Laddie listed as a number 1 running back on their 2 deep. That's only his first carry of the game.
High snap. Prunty brings it down, hands it off to Yost, and he has some wheels on the far side, out across the 50, gets the first down as he's brought down around the 45-yard line of Martinsburg.
Felt like his best carry of the day, and it was. 11 yards. His previous best was 10. You can tell when he gets a little bit of room, a little bit of space, he can move.
2 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. So this time it's a handoff to Brown, who gets off 1 tackler, and now is brought down after a gain of about 3 yards on the play. That'll bring up 2nd down.
It's all right, Martinsburg. He moving on to next week. Wheeling Park is the higher seed in that game, next to them in the bracket.
Right now they're pulling away from Woodrow Wilson. So I pulled that up here. Is that a blown up play? But Wheeling Park now up 27-14 over Woodrow Wilson.
All right, there you go. So I didn't want to assume, but Wheeling Park looks like it's trending towards Martinsburg Wheeling Park next week, which they'll have some local film to go off of. Games against Spring Mills and Musselman.
3rd and 11. Prunty sends a deep shot on the far side and almost picked off, and now a flag comes in.
That did feel
that's going to be pass interference against Martinsburg.
That did feel like a lot of contact.
You have a injured Bulldog as well in the end of that play.
I think that's Walker that went up to try to get the interception.
Yeah. He will hop his way off the field. Is that pass interference penalty against Von Bell all over the intended receiver, which I believe was Joyce once again. So hopefully Walker's okay.
That's some of the best one-footed hopping I've seen.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Comes
he's
over
okay.
here to underneath the tent. And he'll get checked out now.
He's like, I will not be carried off.
I mean, he probably just went 70 yards hopping on
Right?
1 foot.
Yeah.
Yost tackled in the backfield. Is that play blown up by Kylan McDonald Gibson? Kylan? It's another KMG either way.
Well, me with my name, I think it should be pronounced Killen. It is
He's killing it out there.
It is my name with a K instead of a D.
Yeah. 2 minutes remain here in the game. We'll ask him later. Apologies, though, if we did mispronounce it. This time it's a run up the middle for Parkersburg South, brought down at the 31-yard line. So that time it was Diedrich Riggs, the ball carrier. That'll make it 3rd and 10. Stay tuned. We'll have our post-game show after this, and then Kyler High will also have his post-game scoreboard show. Let you know who's moving on here to the quarterfinals in Class 4A. High snap, handoff to Riggs. Gets past one tackle and will be forced out of bounds on the far side, and it looks like he just got across for the first down. 1 minute remaining here in the game.
So unless Park South is really motivated to not be shut out in this game, this can be the last play of the game. Once they get the snap off, now that we're at 40 seconds, they won't need to run another play to run this out.
Go with another run here for Brown. He gets it across the 20. Excuse me, that was actually Laddie, not... No, it was Brown, okay. He's brought down inside the red zone at the 17.
Only 10 seconds left, but it looks like they're going to run one more.
We'll see what they can do here on the last play of the game. Prunty dropping back. And the ball's on the ground, and it will be recovered by Martinsburg, and that is how our ball game comes to a close. As falling on top of it was Jason Bonilla. Final score, 58-0. Martinsburg defeats Parkersburg South, and for the 5th time in the past 7 seasons, the Bulldogs end the Patriots season.
Beginning to end, Martinsburg, total domination.
Both teams line up to shake hands, and at the 50, we will now step aside and take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that 2-minute break, we'll be back with our post-game show. This is West Virginia High School playoff football coverage on WRNR TV.
Remember all the sports we played when we were kids?
Oh yeah, swimming, tennis, basketball,
Football, soccer, track. I loved winning.
I still do.
Our competitive spirit is still going strong.
But now we use it to win for our clients. If you've been hurt in almost heaven,
call the Sevens, 304-777-7777.
SkinnerWins.com.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%. Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
The thing I'm most passionate about with my clients is that 95% of them that come to me, they've never been in trouble in their lives. They've got careers, promising futures, things that matter.
So thankfully, after it was all said and done, I had no DUI and I had no more stress facing me or my family.
When you're on the fence whether to hire a DUI attorney, I always say that you really cannot afford not to. My name is Harley Wagner. My law practice has been exclusively focused on driving under the influence cases throughout the state of West Virginia.
Hey Cody, what side of the turkey has the most feathers?
Is it a male or a female turkey?
Cody, it's just a joke. What side of the turkey has more feathers?
I don't know.
The outside.
If you're plucking feathers from your car, bring it to Cody's Auto Body in Martinsburg for a quick fix.
Cody?
What?
Don't say it this time.
Okay, well, it's Cody's with a T for plucking trust.
Cody.
What? I said plucking, not
Cody, you just said it!
Welcome back to Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium. Tonight's final, 58-0. Martinsburg gets the win over Parkersburg South to advance to the state quarterfinals and host either Wheeling Park or Woodrow Wilson next week. And right now it looks like it will be the 6th seed Wheeling Park Patriots. Post-game show here on WRNR TV, brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg, with a full lunch and dinner menu and daily specials and a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Go ahead and check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. Dylan, before we get to post-game stats, any thoughts?
Martinsburg looked really good. Park South struggled to move the ball, struggled to stop anything on defense. And Martinsburg, I think in maybe some areas, had to put up more of a fight than maybe they thought they would on offense. Usually you can tell by the rushing attempts for Brian Dick. But it is the playoffs, so maybe you do what you got to do. Say, hey, there's only a handful of games left if we lose or out, so let's just go ahead and run the quarterback. Brian Dick only had 5 rushing attempts in this game.
3 of them for touchdowns.
Right, yep, 3 of them for touchdowns. But you can usually, there was a little bit of, like, oh, this we got down to the goal line, it took a couple tries. We did nothing but run the ball on one drive, and it took 9 attempts to get down, and we had to run it in with Brian Dick from there. But still, Boston Todd has 3 catches. They all go for touchdowns, over 35 yards. And Brian Dick only throws 8 passes. And, again, 3 of them for those touchdowns to Boston Todd. 1 interception. So there was little hiccups here and there. And, I mean, the penalty yards, though. You got to throw that back out there, 115 just at halftime. So they'll obviously have to work on that. Again, I've kept saying throughout the year that stuff's not going to fly when you get to the best teams in the playoffs that you have to face. Like let's just call it Huntington. It's not going to fly against Huntington, and if things go chalk, you play Huntington in 2 weeks. That's very soon. So you got to clean that up. That's not going to fly against them.
Let's get our full post-game stats now, brought to you by your local full-service archery pro shop, Fort Evans Archery of Inwood. Call 304-229-7064 or visit fortevans.com.
Let's go to the Park South side first, and you'll be able to tell the dominance of the Bulldogs defense just in these numbers. Prunty goes 4 for 16, 1 yard, 4 interceptions. So he completed as many passes to his teammates as he did to the Bulldogs. Prunty also ran the ball 8 times, and that was for a net of 0 yards. Yost goes 16 carries, 42 yards, 26 of those in the second half with the running clock. Brown, 9 carries for 16 yards. Joyce leads the way in catches with only 2 and only for 4 yards. Brian Dick on the other side here as we go to Martinsburg. Same as he had at halftime. 6 for 8, 169, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, 5 carries, 77 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns. So 6 total touchdowns on the day for Brian Dick. Kingston McDonald Gibson, 7 carries, 148 yards, and a touchdown for him. Kevin Myers, 5 carries, 15 yards. Cofield goes 2 carries for 9. Boston Todd, 2 for 11. And Todd averaged a 50-yard touchdown per catch today, Colin. 3 catches for 150 and 3 scores.
Nice. As I said earlier, it looked like he was on pace for easily today's player of the game. We'll see if you agree here once we get to the awards. But before we get to the player of the game, we got to start at the top and do the play of the game, which is brought to you by CMA's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Martinsburg. Stop in, see them today at 48 Kelly Island Road in Martinsburg, or call 304-263-8821. CMA, they're moving lives forward, and if I'm reading your mind correctly, I still think Boston Todd's going to be mentioned here for the play of the game.
Yeah, I think it has to be. I'm going to go with the 3rd touchdown, the longest one, 63 yards and a score.
Not the play that I was thinking.
You know what, Colin? I completely...
Come on, Dylan. Same wavelength.
It's the pick 6.
It's
right?
the pick 6.
It's got to be.
It's the 95-yard pick 6.
You know what? I'm looking at my offensive stats, and I'm like, let's go through there. This touchdown. Totally wiping out that that Boston Todd had
a
95-yard pick six for a fourth touchdown on the day that I didn't even mention. It all gets lost in the shuffle sometimes when you're putting up so many points. But yeah, that's the play of the game.
All right, there we go. Got it taken care of. Just had to lead you there a little bit.
Yeah, there you go.
No worries. Collision of the game brought to you by Cody's Auto Body, 8851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Family-owned, offering superior customer service and great pricing for a job done by experienced certified technicians. Call 304-901-4777 or visit their Facebook page.
You might be a little surprised to hear that the first-string defensive line in Martinsburg only got one sack tonight. But I'm going to go with the collision of the game being that one sack by Frankie Urias.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great sack by Frankie Urias. They were able to pick Prunty up and bring him down for the 2-yard sack, I believe it only was, but still great nonetheless. And plenty of tackle for losses, though, throughout the night as well. We'll get the official stats for you on Monday's edition of the Sports Mix over on Talk Radio WRNR TV 10 and our TV 10 Facebook page is where you can tune into that from noon to 1 every weekday. But let's move on here. Catch of the game brought to you by WVU Medicine, Berkeley, and Jefferson Medical Centers, leading healthcare here and everywhere.
Here's where I'll give one to Boston Todd, one of his touchdowns on the day. Let's go with the first one, the 50-yarder. Great pass by Brian Dick. And it was an easy catch, but it was a very nice play all around for both guys there. Great release off the line. Perfect pass, and Martinsburg went up 7-0 on it.
All right, there you go. Player of the game now, brought to you by CMA Honda of Winchester, located at 3985 Valley Pike. Call 540-686-1622. At CMA Honda of Winchester, owners just care more about you.
It's hard to not give it to the guy with 6 total touchdowns, but I'm going to not give it to the guy with 6 touchdowns. I think I got to go with Boston Todd.
Yeah.
And I think it was the pick 6 that clinches it.
There you go. You got to give it to him, I feel like, as well, even though 6 total touchdowns. Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, Brian Dick had a 62-yard run in there. They can almost be co-players of the game if you really want to. You could call it that. 3 through the air, 3 on the ground for Brian Dick. 3 offensive and 1 defensive for Boston Todd. So they're both great. And I think if you're giving me a tiebreaker, I'll say it's the guy that scored on offense and defense.
All right, that'll wrap things up for us tonight from Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium. For Kyler High back in the studio, who you'll hear from here in a few minutes with some playoff scores from around the state here tonight. Our crew in our camera spots, Rodney Watcher, Ethan Elliott, Jillian Haynes, on-site producer John Alderton, Dylan Bishop alongside me. I'm Colin McLaughlin signing off for tonight's broadcast. 58-0 Martinsburg defeats Parkersburg South to advance to the state quarterfinals next week. This has been West Virginia Playoff Football on WRNR TV.
The Eastern Panhandle is home to teachers and healthcare workers, farmers and fishermen, servicemen and women, golfers, bicyclists, and people who love the outdoors. Where we call home isn't any one thing, so we're not either. At Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery, we are honored to help you plan a celebration of life that reflects one's individuality.
Our trusted local team is here to see that your wishes are honored and that your special story is told.
Hi, I'm Hoppy Kercheval, a longtime radio host and Peak Advantage member. I'm excited to share the great news that you now have the option to join Peak Advantage Medicare plans, West Virginia's all-in-one Medicare Advantage plans, created for you by local trusted doctors partnering with WVU Medicine and Valley Health. Our plans include a $0 premium plan option including dental, vision, hearing, prescriptions, flex card, and more. If you'd like to become a member of Peak Advantage or have more questions, contact our local team today at 1-877-478-5545.
Beckett and Surf Law Offices. 50 years experience. No fees unless we collect money for you. Always here to help you. Any questions? FortEvansArcheryOfInwood.com.
Fort Evans Archery of Inwood is your local full-service archery pro shop with sales and setup, maintenance, repairs, and sight-ins. Fort Evans Archery is a full stocking dealer for all your favorites like Hoyt, Matthews, Elite, Bowtech, Mission, and Bear, with crossbows from Raven, 10-point, Barnett, and Excalibur. And Fort Evans Archery has a sight range out to 60 yards. Fort Evans Archery, 998 Arden Melville Road, Suite 2, Inwood, open Tuesday to Friday, 10 a.m. until 6, Saturdays 9:30 to 4. FortEvansArchery.com.
Welcome into the Postgame Show, where hopefully you can hear me this time. Your Postgame Show is brought to you by Floor Pools. Make every day better with a hot tub or swimming pool. Floor Pools has locations in Martinsburg, Chambersburg, and in Hagerstown. A pretty rough week for most teams in the 4A conference, as most of these games have gone final. Just a few left that have not gone final. About to show you the scores real quick. As we get going here, you have Buchanan Upshur losing to number 1 Morgantown. That game was 56-0. Hedgesville losing to Huntington 48-14. Oak Hill losing to George Washington 58-14. Woodrow Wilson losing to Wheeling Park. That game has went final. Apologies, I was thinking that was one of the games that has not gone final, but it has gone final just recently. Parkersburg losing to University 61-14. And then Musselman losing to Spring Mills 31-14. As Spring Mills, the game was close. Spring Mills just said, nope, not doing it. And they're coming along with the win. At least what it's looked like is that they're going to win the game. The only game that you don't see on that scoreboard right now is Washington Jefferson, as they play tomorrow at 1 p.m. So I'll get you the score of that. If you tune in and watch Shepherd football, I'll get you the score on that at halftime show. Get you some 3A scores as well, as number 3 Fairmont Senior has played 14 Robert C. Byard. His number 14 team is looking for an upset, as the game is currently 34-28. Kaiser versus North Marion. North Marion, the number 4 team in this 3A, is 42-24. Nitro versus Capital, 28-7. And then Chapmanville currently beating Greenbrier East, as Chapmanville is number 9 and Greenbrier East is number 8. That game is 46-37. Some other scores I'll get to you for 2A is you have number 1 Frankfort beating Williamstown 49-7. Philip Barber beating South Harrison 36-8. Independence currently winning against Lincoln 35-17. Doddridge County versus Logan 52-7. Clay County with the upset against Rowan County 44-12. Midland Trail 27 over Petersburg. That game ended in a 27-12 loss for Petersburg. And then Mingo Central beating James Monroe 24-14. And some single A, you have Pendleton County 60-0 over Greenbrier West. East Hardy with the upset, as they are the number 12 team playing the number 5 team Sherman 42-20. And then those are the only games going on today for your West Virginia playoffs. I will get you the score for the Washington Jefferson game tomorrow during the halftime and post-game show for the Shepherd Rams as they take on Seton Hill and their senior day. Game goes live at 12, so tune in to halftime show and post-game show to tune in to hear the Jefferson-Washington score and the Shepherd game. Might as well, as it's their senior night, and help the guys celebrate. I'm Kyler Hyde, WRNR TV, and have a great night.
I pre-planned my funeral to make it easier on my family. They were relieved to know I'll get just what I want.
My family actually thanked me for taking matters into my own hands. Turns out having this awkward conversation wasn't awkward at all.
Pre-planning is my choice. There are certain things about me my family may not know. Now they won't need to guess.
The choices are yours. The peace of mind is theirs. Pre-plan your funeral with Brown Funeral Homes and everything will be taken care of. Find out more online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Free money you can't lose. Download the Casino Kings app today.
Prohibited word void. Must claim to be 21 or older. 3 money stock cash will cannot be withdrawn. This is 3 month or unrestricted market on authorized by this paragraph. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You've probably heard that sped up disclaimer at the end of sportsbook ads. The ones that say,
call 1-800-GAMBLER.
But can they really help you stop gambling? Yes, they've helped thousands of people here in West Virginia stop gambling and take back their lives. They provide guidance and resources, including financial counseling and even free software to block gambling sites. So talk to someone who will take the time to listen. Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
And that concludes today's postgame show. Be sure to tune in each week throughout the regular and postseason for more West Virginia high school football. Today's game has been brought to you by
W. Harley Miller Systems, Smallwood and Small Insurance Agency, Power, Beck and Matzeroff Law Offices, Senate Finance Chairman Jason Barrett, Hagerstown Ford, Fort Evans Archery, Rocks Local Markets, the Brown Funeral Home and Cremations, Robert Fields and Sons, the Larry DeMarco team at Century 21 Modern Realty Results, Burke, Schultz, Harmon, and Jenkinson, personal injury attorneys, Cody's Auto Body, the Palace Lounge, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, the Skinner Accident and Injury Lawyers, the Berkeley County Health Department, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, Ameriprise Financial and the Mirius Group of Financial Advisors, WVU Medicine Berkeley and Jefferson Medical Centers, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, CMA Honda of Winchester, CMA Chevy and Toyota of Martinsburg, CMA Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Martinsburg, Dignity Memorial Rosedale Funeral Home and Cemetery of Martinsburg, Flower Pools of Martinsburg, Hagerstown, and Chambersburg, Inferno Brewery and Andy's Pizza.
for the best in high school, college, and NFL coverage all season long. Keep it tuned in to Talk Radio WRNR Martinsburg. All rights reserved.